change. Don't let the oil light add drama. Head to Take 5 and save $15. Just drive in, stay in your car, and get right back to your day. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change. Terms apply. Visit take5.com/audio for details.
Our Real Radio annual charity poker tournament presented by Just Call Mo may be sold out, but you can still join us Saturday, August 15th at the Orlando Science Center. Casino passes are still available to hang with your favorite celebrities in our That Mortgage Guy Don Casino and enjoy food from Hard Rock Cafe. Play the raffle, bid on silent auction items, and witness who will reach the Solar Source final table. Plus, all attendees will receive a complimentary Stella Artois courtesy of Mills Air and City Beverage. All proceeds benefit the mustard seed of Central Florida. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
Did you know that Budweiser has donated over $33 million to Folds of Honor, supporting families of fallen and injured military members and first responders? As Budweiser celebrates 150 years, Daytona Beverages is proud to continue that mission with the Folds of Honor Local Heroes Challenge. This summer, every Budweiser and Bud Light sold helps fund scholarships right here at home. So at the beach, on the boat, or at the grill, choose Bud or Bud Light and raise one for our local heroes. Daytona Beverages, locally owned and operated in Volusia County.
Mitsubishi's under 20 grand. 0% financing for 72 months. Lifetime warranty. And all you need is $4 down. Now extended final days at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. It's my 250 sales event. I've dropped prices on 250 vehicles. Thousands and thousands off. Acres of new Mitsubishis. Outlanders with third row seating and all the tech. Plus acres of used cars. All you need, $4 down. $4. Now extended final days. Vehicles under 20 grand. Payments under $250 a month. I'm paying $3,000, $4,000, even $6,000 more for your trade. Bad credit, we don't just get you approved. We work with banks and credit unions to get you the lowest rate. Mitsubishi's under 20 grand. 0% financing for 72 months. With lifetime warranty. Thousands off. And every vehicle's just $4 down. Now extended final days at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. That's RCHill.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Summer's over and the kids are back in school, but let's be honest, the house kind of looks like summer's still happening, right? I trust Zero Res to clean it all up. Into my house, they do a great job. No harsh soap, no sticky residue, just a home that's fresh and clean with Zero Res. And it's safe for your family and your pets. Mention me right now, and you're going to get $25 off your carpet cleaning, $50 off your tile and grout, or $100 off your air duct cleaning. That's Zero Res. Give them a call at 407-232-9188. Book online. That's Zero Res. Spell forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
ZEROREZ, Zero Res.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse, Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Offices Orlando.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500 plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CumminsRecall.com. Be on the lookout for the Real Radio Street Team, sponsored by Farrah and Farrah, Orlando's accident attorneys, at events around Central Florida for your chance to win tickets to upcoming events and other great prizes. Get a complete listing of upcoming events at realradio.fm/events.
No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the scariest video ever to a celebrity blogger's live stream prompts 911 calls, and Boston is now allowing people to do the unthinkable. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
Josh is with us. Hello. And so are you. You can send us a dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com or hit record on the app. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good. How are you?
Yeah. Bungled the open, just bouncing around all over the place. I had my script up today and everything. No reason to bungle it, but
you're a little thrown off. You're flying blind.
I am. Yeah, I got no view at HQ to the like the time and everything that's happening, and it's the things that you probably think are not unimportant. But my life needs to be perfectly scripted, just so you know. All right?
You are the only person on at least our home station that looks at that.
Am I? Really?
Yes.
I don't know what that says.
Nobody else, they just kind of like wait to hear the thing, and they're like, all right, let's go.
Who can operate without looking at mission control? I need to see what the hell's happening. You know what I mean?
They don't play their own rejoins. Like I'm talking about hosts.
They don't do anything. Yeah. Let's be real.
Okay.
They don't run boards. They don't play rejoins. I'm the mastermind over here.
You're
all right?
a master something.
Yeah. I'm running a board right now.
You don't even know what this board looks like.
Yes, I do. I've seen it before. I've been there. I've taken a look at it before. Unbelievable. Okay, we're going to move past this. We're going to get into a juicy show today. A lot of good drama on the way. Let's start off as we always do. There's a woman who's going mega viral, over 4 million views. This lady, allegedly, all right? I mean, I think there's a little bit of acting going on. Allegedly, this lady is trying out steak for the first time in 14 years after being a vegan. So let's see. You tell me if you think she's exaggerating, or maybe if this is just a true reaction of a 14-year vegan eating a delicious, it's a New York strip steak. You guys are grillers. Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good one? All right, here she goes. Let's listen in.
I've been vegan for 14 years. Today is a day. I'm so scared.
Her hair is too close to that burner.
It looks really
Yeah, her hair's like dripping into the steak as this guy cooks it for her. I guess
I think Josh is more concerned about the open flame.
The flame, yes. Food and flame. All right, I'm worried about both of them, actually. I think the boyfriend, husband, whoever her partner is here, I think he's like a mega steak guy. So he's cooking up something that looks pretty tasty.
Almost done.
Look at that.
Looks pretty good.
Smell good at least?
Guys, I'm really nervous. It don't smell good.
She hasn't had meat in 14 years.
Water. Nice.
You're asking me too many questions right now. Guys, 14 years.
You shake?
I feel like I want to cry.
Eat the cow!
Don't eat it then!
But I want to.
This is going to destroy her insides.
Yeah. Oh, that's what people are saying on chat. They're like, she is going to really have to go to the bathroom after this.
Yeah.
This is going to blow up the toilets.
I had a friend in high school who went vegan like way before vegan was cool. And I don't know how long he did it, but he was a moment of weakness, craving, call it what you will. He went and got a milkshake, and he was like, it was delicious, and my stomach just punished me for having that milkshake.
I don't doubt it.
Do it long enough, and your body gets into a routine. It gets used to not having certain things, having certain things.
No, I'm in full control over my body. I am not
I don't believe that
to
for
my
a
own
second.
body. Yeah, I tell my body what to do, when to do it. And in fact, like I'm just
agree with me today, buddy.
Perfectly in line. I say, but process the food we ate earlier, that kind of stuff.
Stop sniffling, buddy.
Here she goes.
Why are you crying?
I have a PTSD.
From what?
People said bad things to me because I was vegan. Doesn't make sense.
It tastes really good.
Here she goes.
I'm gonna eat
Eat it already.
I want to. I just don't know how to do it.
It sounded like she was replying to you.
There she goes. She's eating. 14 years down the drain.
Are you okay?
All right, come on.
It's so good.
Really?
Grand exaggeration, right?
I mean,
it tastes so good.
Although, if it's true, she's gone 14 years without beef or butter.
Yeah.
Both at the same time probably does taste really good.
Rock your world.
Yeah.
Just bam, right there. Oh, maybe. She's a little over the top. This lady. Hugs?
Oh my God. It's good?
It's good.
It's not gamey?
It's not gamey at all.
It's not gamey at
Shouldn't
all.
be. It's a steak.
I don't know if I want her on team meat. I'm gonna be honest.
You bought it from the store. It should not be gamey in the least.
You didn't go out and shoot that cow with a bow and arrow.
Wild cow.
It's not gamey. It's not gamey at all. I'm like, oh, can we trade her? I want to trade her for somebody else. I don't want her on the meat team.
Trade
Good
her
God.
for 10,000 Moroccan migrants.
No, I'll take her.
All right.
I'm going to take her.
Final offer.
I'll stay with that. After 14 years, she said that was her trying steak for the first time. I'm sure some of you have been in a position like this. Let us know what you think. Send us your dispatches or your emails over at thenewsjunkie.com. Big elections last night. We were talking about it. Here's the crazy thing. We were looking up the betting. We were looking up the polls. Oh, my God, were they wrong? Now, it looks like that Abdul El Sayed guy did probably squeak out a little bit of a win in the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate in Michigan last night, but I mean just barely. And the polls that I was looking at, like, here's some of them. This was one of the last polls before the election, and it had Abdul El Sayed 54, Haley Stevens 39. That's, I think, a 15-point spread, right?
But wasn't the spread much bigger on Kalshi when we looked at that?
Yeah, it was just absolutely
It's
enormous.
like 96-point spread.
Yeah. And then the other polls, like here's the polls down the line, had that guy up by 19, 17, 14, 16. Like all of the polls from the last couple of weeks in particular had this guy favored by double digits, maybe as much as 20 points. And it looks like he might have won by 1 point. And I ask you, how are so many polls almost 20 points off of public opinion? There's only two possibilities, all right? There's only two possibilities. One, the polls are bunk and they don't have a representative audience at all, right? So they're not calling the right people, or the right people have no interest in being part of these polls. And other people who do have an interest and are likely to be part of the polls are maybe more likely to vote one way or another. That's one option. The polls are bunk because the audience that they start with is bunk. The second option is that people are just still a little scared of saying what they really think about candidates and politics and policies, and there's still a whole bunch of pressure on people to not say what they honestly feel. I think there's a lot of that going on. I mean, look at the WNBA stuff with Sophie Cunningham coming out with an incredibly popular mainstream position that about 80% of Americans agree with, and then having to feel like, oh, God, I stand by this, because of the weird social pressures that get pushed on you to believe in radicalized politics. I don't know which one of those went into it, but saying that the guy was going to win by 19 points and then he maybe wins by 1. There's still some places that haven't called it out just yet. But, we'll see what happened there. Now, that doesn't mean that this guy is going into office up there in Michigan just yet. He's got to go into the general election, and we'll see if he can have any traction there. But that's what happened. I mean, like you said, Kalshi, and what was the other one we were looking at? Poly Market. And they were both like, what, 70, 80% or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh, one of the ones we looked at was like 94, 95%. I don't know if that was the Haley Stevens one, or what was the other one that we looked at? The lady with that didn't like Thanksgiving.
Her election hasn't come down just yet. That lady is unhinged. Her election hasn't come down just yet, but the Michigan one went through yesterday, and the people just narrowly in Michigan, it was a lot of like young college-educated white voters who voted for the Abdul El Sayed, and then the rank and file, like labor force, the black vote, a lot of just like, a little bit older people and non-college educated went for the more mainstream centrist Democrat. And they'll pour over those results to tell you exactly what they mean moving forward.
It was kind of funny. Yesterday, while we were looking up those numbers and what the betting sites or the prediction markets were, where they were leaning for these candidates, and I looked up one in our home state of Florida because I was like, I haven't heard anything from that weirdo who wanted the sin tax on OnlyFans for a while, or James Fishback, who was going around campaigning at Waffle Houses until Waffle House told him to get out. And I looked it up, and even now, Byron Donalds, the chance of winning, according to Kalshi, is at 97.8%, and James Fishback has a 2.2. And I go, well, now do I trust that? And I looked that up yesterday during the show, and then yesterday after the show, we're all texting back and forth. And then James Fishback has this moment, I'm going to hold a press conference. I have dirt on Donalds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've got that clip. We'll talk about that. Maybe he's full of it, maybe he's not, but that's some good drama that we'll work in a moment. The other thing is worth pointing out here is Kalshi and the prediction markets were still right, apparently. Like, she did lose, right? They were still right. It just wasn't the landslide that, 19, 20 points is what they were calling this thing by.
Well,
when you eke out a win, that's not anywhere near the mandate they were looking at.
Does that just mean to us that those two things are not relatable? Like 97% versus 2.2% on Kalshi just means more people think he's going to win.
Right.
Not more people are voting for him.
Well, it kind of feels like percent chance of rain kind of thing,
Sure.
Or like get into the arguments over that. But either way, it looks like he eked out a win. We'll see where everybody goes with all of this. I wanted to share you more because Celia mentioned the Hong lady who's running for governor of Wisconsin. So yesterday I played the clip. I played the clip where the Hong lady who's running for governor of Wisconsin, her election's not yet. I think it's in a couple of weeks or something. And she's getting ready for her primary, and she couldn't say during a CNN interview that she is okay with Thanksgiving. They were like, "Do you want to ban Thanksgiving?" And she couldn't say no. When asked, "Do you want to ban Thanksgiving?" she couldn't say no. Easy no there. Easy dub. Just say no. Of course I don't. I've got problems with this or that, or make an academic argument. But she couldn't say no that she didn't want to ban Thanksgiving. And then people are digging up more posts from her.
This is great.
One is, I do not enjoy fireworks.
Oh, is she a dog?
All right. Or a vet, but
She's
not a vet.
dog.
I do not enjoy fireworks. Doesn't like Thanksgiving. I do not enjoy fireworks. Then somebody says, IT bro who is working on our computer remotely changed the background theme to snow and Christmas trees. I feel slightly attacked. Not a big fan of Christmas trees and snow, I would guess. From
What
that
holidays does she like?
In the car headed to Superior, she said. This is the woman running for governor of Wisconsin. I have about 30 minutes. Ask me anything, I'll try to answer. Only subject off limits is Halloween. It's not my thing. I don't allow myself to work Halloween weekend or the day of. I would actually ask every single person in costume to leave.
What?
She hates Halloween.
Why?
She hates fireworks. She hates the canceled Thanksgiving post is now famous, got a lot of attention. She doesn't like, I don't know what she likes. Maybe you have to start with that.
It seems like she doesn't like any holidays. So Jehovah's Witness, maybe.
Possibly. Oh, God, there's more. I miss working in a restaurant every day except Valentine's Day. As if we weren't invisible enough to those who don't recognize the emotional and physical labor of service work. Now another day where capitalism tells you how to show love. Okay, all right. I mean, I don't even know. She
what
doesn't
the
like
hell,
holidays.
Man.
It's just a little bizarre. It's a little bit weird.
I like the tweet that all these are attached to. Go back real quick. It says bruh, she just hates every holiday.
Wait, up here? Yeah, bruh, she just literally hates every single holiday. The other one was, I miss working at a restaurant every day except, I did that one, Valentine's Day, right? Where was the other one? Oh, looking forward to working V-Day service tomorrow. I will be at peak resting bitch face to celebrate all the love. So it's another anti-Valentine's Day thing. Man, I don't know. It's like that's sort of a you're not happy man kind of moment for me. That's one of those.
You're not happy, man.
I don't know what's going on. Are you okay? Enjoy Halloween. What the hell? Why do you hate Halloween? I can't understand any of those things. But she wants to be the governor of Wisconsin if you let her.
Good luck.
You folks who are over there. Yeah, God bless and Godspeed. I do have the clip Celine was talking about where this guy came out and was like, I'm going to hold a press conference this week. I have stuff that's going to implicate this other guy who I'm running against in a felony crime. You know what you did. I need you to come forward and admit it.
I was wondering.
If you don't, I'm doing this.
I was wondering if there was any part of this that was the Sean tactic.
Mm-hmm.
The classic Sean tactic.
Look, I know what you did. Just go ahead and tell me. You know, like that's what my dad used to do to me. Before
You've tried it on me.
Yeah,
it's never worked.
It worked on me, so I try to get it to work up for other people. But I'll play this clip where this guy says a whistleblower came to my campaign with evidence implicating my challenger in a felony crime. Unless he comes clean publicly, I will be forced to hold a press conference in Tallahassee this week to release the evidence myself. Is he full of it? Does he actually have something? We're going to find out, all right? That's coming up in just a bit here on the show. We also have the Perez Hilton thing. We'll briefly talk about that. I will promise you I'm not playing that video because, woo-hoo, boy.
I don't think you could.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we'll discuss.
Have we figured out if
that.
it's real or not?
It's real, yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't.
That stuff was real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll discuss that in a little bit here on the show. I'll tell you some stories about that guy because I used to know him. And we got a bunch of other things that we'll get into on a busy Wednesday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Think, laugh, complain, confess. Whatever you do, it's guaranteed human. Might not be the best at being human, but whatever. Send your talkback message to Real Radio on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center.
Hello. Welcome to the show, friend. How are you? YouTube, Twitch, TNJ chat. This is your warning. There are now less than 100 of these Starry Night limited edition magnets left. One of them, maybe even this one, could be in your hands. This could be in your hands, in your collection, if you sign up for a premium account, unlocking secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. Or if you're already a subscriber, which thank you, by the way, you can gift subscriptions to claim one magnet for each gift. There are less than 100 left of the Starry Night magnet for Game of Magnets. Get yours, get that in your hand while you have time. Bird Nerd says, I regret watching that Perez Hilton video. Let me tell you something. All right, this is a true story. True story. Here's how this goes. People are saying, I'm not watching that Perez Hilton video. Then they're saying, all right, I'm getting curious. I'm going to watch the Perez Hilton stream that caused the cops to come visit him. Then they're saying, oh my God, whatever you do not watch the Perez Hilton video. Then people are reading that and going, now I kind of want to watch the Perez Hilton video. Then those people are saying, oh my God, don't watch the... So round and round we got, but I will tell you, don't do it. Thank you to TomTom for the 3 gifted subs. Gift yours or subscribe for a premium account on thenewsjunkie.com. Afterwards, it'll let you claim some merch. This is one of your options. The Starry Night magnet for Game of Magnets. God bless. I cannot see the station. I don't know how much time we have left. Thank you, System Ritit. How do I say that? System Ritit. Thank you for the gifted sub. Just dropped 3 subs. Send me a magnet. Thank you, Delivery Penguin. Mark, if you did, make sure you claimed one. You don't just automatically get one if you gift subs or subscribe. You have to claim them on checkout and make sure you claim the Starry Night magnet to get yours. All right, when we come back, we'll get into this James Fishback threat thing, which is crazy. Sean, why did you post it in TNJ chat if you didn't think people should watch it? I posted it, and then afterwards I was like, whoa, hold on, don't click that. Because I saw it right as it was happening, just after it happened on his TikTok live stream. And then I didn't know if it was real or not. But upon reflection and realizing that the video from celebrity blogger Perez Hilton was real, it becomes so much more disturbing and just like absolute evidence of a very mentally ill, sick person. So then I'm less interested in the video, as you might imagine. Yes, Ryan. I never heard of Perez Hilton. I thought it was supposed to be Paris Hilton. No. Gossip blogger from the Gossip Blogger days. How much time I got left? Thank you, sir. I didn't watch it. I watch enough messed up stuff. Good idea. Good idea on your part. Now we have to question, after we watch this next video, which is pretty good drama, honestly, if we think that the James Fishback politician guy is lying or if he actually has like crazy felonious dirt on the guy he's running against that he's going to drop at some sort of press conference. Is he full of it? We'll find out. Thank you, Molotov Cocktail, for the 2 subs. Shabez says that video was insane. I like the type of low stakes drama that doesn't involve me. True. Yeah, the best type of drama is the one that doesn't make you feel gross inside. But we have so much other stuff and legit stuff to scare you. The scariest video in the world has nothing to do with the Perez Hilton video. But not enough people are talking about this yet. It's an absolutely crazy story, and I'm going to show the video to you probably in the second half of the show. Thank you, CeeLo, for the 2 gifted subs. TTS? If TTS wasn't working yesterday, it was probably when I was working on it. But TTS dispatches should now have the ability to add in little pauses, verbal pauses for your jokes and stuff. And I added many more sound effects for TTS dispatches. When you post them, you will not see them on the website. I will see them. All right. I assume we're coming back. Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to assume we're coming back. Perfect. All right, 1 minute. You heard the man with the golden locks. All right, Celine, let's get some segments. Let's do 12 here. No. This is not a good one. Let's not do this one. because he's going to do the press conference on Thursday possibly, and that'll ruin the whole thing. All right, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go.
Lakes and Mall at Millennia.
Why do you love movies? Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Hollybugs for the gifted subscription. Subscribing supports the show. God bless you for doing it. Over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Lots to work in today. A lot of viral news to dive into, including this political bombshell threat like, hey, you better admit to everybody what you're doing or I'm going to throw a press conference. I'll play the clip for you here in a second. We could judge whether we think they're full of it or not. But I just want to let you know, there's less than 100 of the limited edition Starry Night magnet left. If you subscribe over on the website for as little as $2.99 a month, you get to claim something on the way out merch-wise. So claim the merch you want, including this, the Starry Night, the News Junkie magnet for Game of Magnets, while those last. Less than 100 of those are left, and then they're gone forever. You can also get stickers, pins, and other stuff as your prize for subscribing, or for if you're already a subscriber. Thank you for that, gifting subs. Here we go. Here's this guy. His name's James Fishback. I don't know much about him. He seems a little like, is he like on the extreme side of things, you would say?
Super like red pill, saying things like goy slop, and then brought up the quote unquote sin tax on OnlyFans girls where they'd have to give up 50% of their income.
You know this guy. We've talked about him almost his entire campaign. He just keeps having these things. The goy slop thing was one of them. He called Byron Donalds a slave to his to his party.
And he's a black dude?
Yeah.
He also called Byron Donalds Apex Shakur, which admittedly was kind of funny.
Wow, weird. So this guy is running for the governor of Florida, everybody, all right? Just if you're outside of Florida, you might not have heard of this James Fishback guy yet, but he's running for governor of Florida, and he is using the AIPAC stuff, which I'll explain in a second, from the right. Whereas in all the other elections, people are using the AIPAC stuff from the left.
Yeah.
So like a little bit of horseshoe theory going on here. If you don't know what AIPAC is, AIPAC, what does it stand for, Celine? Israel,
American Israeli Political Action Committee, something like that.
All right. So it's an Israeli or Israel focused political action committee. Obviously, with Israel, the war, Palestine, Gaza, all these different things, and the weirdo activist people going nuts over that, that has become a big issue. I saw one that was hilarious the other day. It was a candidate, and they posted this thing, and it was like, let's just say it was John Smith. It was like, John Smith has taken $540 of AIPAC money. I was like, wow, they're really getting down to the nitty gritty of that AIPAC money.
They bought him a dinner.
That basically means like, the Jews have you in their pocket or whatever, and it's being used by the extremists on both sides, apparently. So James Fishback, the Republican running for the governor's office against this Byron Donalds guy, posted this video. I'm just going to play it for you. He's like threatening his opponent, like, you better admit what you did. You know what you did. C-Lane's not wrong to say this is a tactic that I have employed before, where I would just look at C-Lane, I'd be like, I know what you did. Now's the time. Just tell me and I won't be mad. If you tell me ahead of time. Never worked once on him. Not
on me. Worked on Dylan, though, didn't it?
It did, and it worked on me when I was a kid.
Sure.
It doesn't work on Courtney at all. She's just like, what? What are you talking about?
Maybe it only
What?
works on people with your genes.
It possibly only works in my family, yeah. And the lineage, which is shrinking. So that's a very small target base. Anyhow,
Sad
here he
day
is.
for that tactic.
Here he is. Let's see. He says he's got some good dirt on his opponent. Is he lying? Is he not? You decide.
Good morning. My name is James Fishback, Republican candidate for Florida governor. I'm speaking to you not as a political candidate, but as a fellow Floridian and a proud American.
Mm-hmm.
A whistleblower came to my campaign recently with direct, disturbing evidence
I love this,
of a previously unreported felony crime committed by Byron Donalds.
Okay, I love this where it's like, I'm coming to you not as a politician, but as an American, which every American does behind a podium and in front of 4 American flags.
And a bookshelf.
And a bookshelf. I don't look at all like this is a stage politician backdrop here. So he says, I've got info about disturbing evidence about a crime. And it says direct evidence about a crime by his opponent.
This coming to you not as a politician stuff. Like, come on, man. You can barely go to buy a pack of gum at the gas station. Not as a politician.
Wait. Does he maybe have to do that for legal reasons? Like,
no.
If he does it as a politician, it would be something that could backfire on him. And he's like, well, I'm not doing this in my capacity as a politician. I'm doing this in my capacity as just an American citizen.
I mean, the politician's a very loose. It's a loose term. I mean, I don't think James Fishback currently has any office.
He does not.
No, he's running for office.
Yes.
He's a candidate. He's not doing this as a candidate, though, which could be maybe like a campaign finance thing. We'll put that aside. But he says he's got evidence of some really nasty stuff.
With direct, disturbing evidence about a previously unreported felony crime committed by Byron Donalds. Not Byron Donalds, my opponent. Byron Donalds, the United States congressman. My legal team has now fully vetted and verified this evidence. It is incontrovertible and it is damning.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Is he saying that there's another person with the same name?
No. He's saying Byron Donalds, not as a candidate for governor, but as a representative, committed this crime.
Okay, but he's saying it's the same guy.
Yeah,
for a second, it sounded like different Byron Donalds, but I'm still taking him down.
It's confusing.
He's just saying the same thing he said about himself, but about Byron Donalds. So he's like, I'm not doing this as a candidate or as a politician. I'm doing this as a citizen, and I'm not doing this against my opponent. I'm doing this against the person who currently holds the title of Byron Donalds is what, a congressman or something,
Yeah,
Josh?
that's what he said.
He's just doing that same move that he said about himself in furthering this is not political. This is not about my candidacy.
All right. It just feels like he's doing that for a reason.
I will be holding a press conference in my personal capacity as a proud Republican, resident of Florida, and American citizen to share this evidence with the public. Congressman Donalds, I want to speak directly to you for a moment, if I may.
Okay.
You and I both know what you did. Let's just be honest. And if you come to the public and share the full extent of your criminal history, I will cancel my press conference. I believe it's better for them to hear it from you than from me. But if you don't,
from me,
I will travel to Tallahassee on Thursday, present this evidence, and let the public.
Why Tallahassee? You got 4 American flags in
this
there.
Urgent, this important, this piercing. I look to the leadership of Governor DeSantis, in that sunshine is always the best disinfectant.
Very dramatic.
Not true.
He's got some drama. He's like, if you don't tell me the thing you did. Which, could you imagine if he was bluffing and then all of a sudden his opponent does launch a press conference tomorrow? He's like, I'm so sorry. I did a bunch of things. I didn't tell nobody about them till now. And then he just goes and lists a laundry list of crimes. And it's like, and he didn't even have anything to begin with. That's my strategy. He's taking my strategy. Unbelievable. I can't stand for this. Do you think he's full of it or no? What do you think?
I mean,
because we're going to know. He's doing a press conference tomorrow. We're going to know.
I think maybe he has something. I saw another, I don't know if it's because I watched this video and the algorithm's getting me. or what. I saw another attack ad on Byron Donalds last night.
Was it about the Jews or no?
No, it said something about sexual misconduct, but I don't know if this is stuff that people already knew. It was just another, but at least this one said something. At least this one accused him of something. This Fishback video has done nothing. It's just
he said serious, real evidence,
piercing.
Crime, felony, piercing. I don't know what any of those things mean together. I know what they all mean separately. Somebody says he's bluffing. He's just fishing. We're going to find out tomorrow on the show because he said, well, maybe today. Maybe today. I see. Maybe today we'll find out if the other guy comes forward and goes, he got me. I did it. I did all the things. Maybe if he comes out, we'll know today. But if not, we'll know tomorrow when he does the bombshell press conference. And if he doesn't have something juicy on him, that's a knock against you. All right? That is a big knock against you if you come out with something like that and then you don't have an actual good announcement. That's why when I say I have an announcement on the show, I only have bangers. All right? All killer, no filler over here. So we'll see what happens. But James Fishback says he has some dirt on his opponent and it's a felony crime. Okay.
Oh, he did say felony.
Yeah. He said a felony crime. He said a whistleblower came to my campaign with evidence implicating Byron Donalds in a felony crime. Oh, let's see if Byron Donalds has responded. Has he said anything about this?
Felony crimes aren't really a non-starter anymore, I feel like.
No, it's not. No. No. Oh, God. I saw that poll the other day, and it was like it was people saying what crimes the candidate could have committed and would it turn them off from voting for them. Oh, I don't even know how to search for that, Josh. Oh, man. It was like Democrats and Republicans. And then if your candidate was accused or convicted, maybe accused of this crime, would it change your mind about voting for them? And it went up to murder, I think. Like it was like, and there were people like, nope, still gonna vote for him. And I'd be the one guy who, raised my hand and be like, I wouldn't vote for the murderer. All right. If it comes out Byron Donalds killed a guy, then I'm going to be against that. It doesn't seem like he's responded to it though. No.
Ooh.
No. It doesn't seem like he's responded to it yet, but we are going to stay on this like a dog on a hunt. And we will find out exactly what happened in this case and report back to you as soon as we possibly can. One of the biggest mistakes of my life was instituting TTS dispatches over on the website. I just have to
combine with
clear.
Doing Rate My Dad jokes.
Rate my blank this week. The dad jokes. I think today is going to be the day they make us laugh. I think today is going to be the day that it all turns around.
See, and I also wonder, did we go over what makes it a dad joke? I feel like we talked a little bit about it on Monday, but I still now I keep hearing jokes online. Like I heard a funny kind of joke this morning and I go, but is it a dad joke? Is it the delivery?
It's a little late to be setting up some goalposts here, but I think maybe you're right. Maybe people are not understanding what a dad joke is.
Oh, no, I think a lot of the people that have submitted them are understanding.
They're just not doing them. Well, here's what's happening with the text-to-speech jokes. By the way, I improved the text-to-speech, the TTS dispatches. Not the jokes, but the dispatches. I improved them. I made it so you could put pauses and stuff in your script, and I added more sound effects. So you can get creative with these. Here's Bootsy.
You got to hide me. I stole a goat from the petting zoo, put a tiny ski mask on him, and used him as the getaway driver. Oh, don't you judge me, Gary. The mask was your idea.
What the hell, man?
I've been found. Tell them nobody's home. And hide the goat. He's a narc that will sell me out for a plate of delicious garbage.
All right, that's where TTS dispatches are out. We got more effects, more impact. She didn't even use the pauses in hers.
Did we need more sound effects?
Yes, we did.
Hollywood level production you got there.
Yes, we did. 100%. We'll see where those go.
And turning everybody into Michael Scott. Boobs.
Okay, we got to take a quick break. I wanted to get into some of these juicy emails. We'll push those off. We will touch on the Perez Hilton stuff. I'll tell you the story about what's happening there at some point in time. I've got a road rage thing. I think maybe we'll possibly hit that when we come back. And this father who's now in big trouble. This father who's in big trouble for something that happened with his 11-year-old daughter, but I don't think a jury is going to go against this guy. I'll explain what's happening. Wait till you hear this story. Don't miss out on this because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Company for your ride home. Doing their best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Stand by, everybody. Hold on to your... Oh, my God. Wow. Did not see that there were that many. Okay, I'll do some of these very quickly. Thank you to Loose Neutral for the gifted subscription. Thank you to Com Mills with the 3 gifted. Thank you to, let's see here. Oh, look at this guy. Thank you to E-Rock. World famous E-Rock with the gifted subscription. Thank you to CeeLo with 2 more gifted subs. I'm going to stop it there. There's like 18 more. I'll have to get to them after the show. But do gobble up as many as you can today because these magnets are going fast. There are currently 12 available over on thenewsjunkie.com. If you're not a subscriber, go claim one of those. What do you guys think? Do you think Fishback is full of it? Is he lying or does he have some juice? What do you think, chat? I would say, would he risk his reputation and put his reputation on the line? But does he actually have a reputation to defend? I don't know. I don't know enough about the guy. You can tell us what you think. Wait till I get to this story when we come back about this dad. In fact, I'll tell it to you here beforehand. We'll give you the scoop. All right, let's see here. I want to see how many of the magnets are left just real quick. All right, 90 left. And that's that. Okay. Hold on. Here's the deal. Let me tell you about this story. I want you guys to get a good vibe on what's going on here. Dan says, I'm with Mike. I don't care. Aaron says, I'm betting he has something. Seawitch says he's a piece of S. He's probably full of crap. He's slimy. LOL, what reputation? Sean, I am a dumbass. Where do I email for the prize link for my mess? The Rate My Mess? You email tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. I will send you back a prize claim link for you to fill out, okay? I think he's got something, just not what he thinks he has. Well, we'll see. Either today or tomorrow, we'll get some resolution. An Ohio dad is now in trouble. His name is Malik Chandler. He's 31 years old. He shot and killed a 20-year-old man after his 11-year-old daughter was discovered in a video on her phone that showed him sexually assaulting the girl at their Ohio home. The next day, dad pretended to be his daughter on TikTok to get the 20-year-old back to their home, where he shot him twice. He told investigators he intended to just beat up Montana Gonzalez, hold him there and call the police, but he thought he saw him reach for a gun in his pocket, and he picked up his gun off the counter and opened fire. He was charged with felony assault, his bond at $100,000. Father poses as his daughter on TikTok because a 20-year-old man groomed her on the platform possibly, or at least connected with her, and sexually assaulted on video. We have video evidence of this. Sexually assaulted his 11-year-old daughter. He pretended to be her to catfish him in and had the intention of beating him up to teach him a lesson, but thought he was pulling a gun and shot him. You're a juror. You're sitting in the jury box right now. Guilty or not guilty? With just the information you have right now. You're a juror. You've heard the story. Guilty or not guilty? 11, yeah. 11. Got to go to the cops first. Tracy says not guilty. Seawitch says just kill him. What are we talking about? A father, after discovering a video of his 11-year-old daughter being sexually assaulted by somebody that she was talking to on TikTok, the father pretended to be the 11-year-old, had him come visit, thinking he was going to visit the 11-year-old like Chris Hansen, was going to beat the hell out of the 20-year-old who was trying to be with his 11-year-old daughter, but thought he was pulling a gun and shot him, and then the cops arrived afterwards. I said, if you're on the jury, guilty or not guilty? Guilty of being a great father? I would have put him in a coma. You know, we talk about juries kind of going outside of the law and just making their own decisions. I would think this case would be ripe for it. All right, I think we're coming back. How much time we got? Okay.
A.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
I'm going to put you in the jury for this one, and I want to see what people would do just given the evidence I'm about to lay out in this absolutely unhinged case. You can learn more about the show over on the website, obviously, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Let me bring this up in front of me as I talk about it here in the studio, because this is a father who is currently in big trouble. But I got to think there's probably a lot of you who, if you were on the jury, you would side with the father. That's what I'm guessing here. All right, this is all about a 20-year-old man. He's a man by the name of Diego Gonzalez. I'm looking at his mugshot right now, Mr. Diego Gonzalez. All right, I see you. I'm looking at you. I see what's going on. Here's the deal. All right, this guy in his 20s is accused of being with an 11-year-old girl, all right, which is rape of an 11-year-old girl. Now, the parents found a video on her phone of the 20-year-old sexually assaulting the 11-year-old. So what the father did was the next day, he got on his daughter's phone and he started to pretend to be his daughter. All right? Started pretending to be his daughter, and he started messaging this Diego Gonzalez. And the Diego Gonzalez guy was like, well, you want me to come back over? And the dad's like, yes, I do, pretending to be his 11-year-old daughter. And so the 20-year-old goes to show up to be with the 11-year-old again. You know what they're thinking is going to happen. And the father's sitting right there. And the father shoots his ass. All right?
Well,
the father shoots him. Now, the father says, I didn't intend on shooting him. I just wanted to kick his ass real good and then call the cops. But I saw him. I thought he was reaching for a gun. So, you know, I blasted him, is what the father says. The father's like, I did what I had to do. I didn't necessarily want to, but I pulled out a gun. And I shot him. The father has been charged with felonious assault. And the father and mother have been in court as a result of this. Father's on $100,000 bail, I believe. And I want to know, if you're on a jury with that information, do you say not guilty for the father?
Yes. Well, I mean, he's technically guilty of it, but do I care that he's guilty? No.
That's the question. That's why this is a pick a side. If you're picking the father's side as a juror, you might even know. And this is what they're trying to do with the Luigi Mangione case. You might even know that what was happening was wrong and illegal, but you're just like, I'm going to say not guilty. Because this father knew that somebody was abusing in the worst kind of way his 11-year-old daughter. And he said, I'll get his ass. And he reeled him in like Chris Hansen to come back over to see his 11-year-old daughter. And when he came over to see his 11-year-old daughter, he pounced on his ass. And things went further than he wanted them to. But I think most jurors are going to say, guess what? I am actually siding with the dad in this case. That's what I think.
Did the 20-year-old pose a threat to the father at any point?
Good question, Sealand. Let's go into some of the details here. Here's one of the local affiliates. This is WNBS. Talking about what happened in this case. Let's see if we're missing something.
Today, a man charged with raping an 11-year-old Grove City girl pleaded not guilty. 20-year-old Diego Montoya Gonzalez was arrested after prosecutors say the victim's mother found a video on her child's phone of the alleged rape. The victim's father...
Grove City, Ohio. Grove City, Ohio.
Accused of luring the suspect...
The way it sounded to me, I was like,
Grove City?
Why would they put... No, it sounded like Gross City Girl. I was like, why would you say that?
No. Grove City, Ohio is where it happened.
Back to the home and shooting him.
Gonzalez was in court today before she was sent to Breaking News. 10 TV's Carla Rogner went to that courtroom.
Diego Montoya Gonzalez appeared virtually from Jackson Pike Correctional, but the child's mother and the father, who's accused of shooting him, sat in the courtroom as prosecutors read the charges against him. Detectives began looking into 20-year-old Diego Montoya Gonzalez after the mother of an 11-year-old found a video on her child's phone.
Okay, so mom's got the video. Mom has like video evidence that this occurred, that this went down. That's what father's going off of. Not just like, oh, I heard this or alleged. No, he saw the video of this guy doing something to his 11-year-old daughter. I think if it were you and your 11-year-old daughter, you might go pretty far in your response to that.
Is there a rule that says that jails can't have a camera that was manufactured after 1998?
Yes, it's the 1997 camera jail manufacturer rule.
Okay,
yes.
Just making sure they seem to be compliant here.
You want them to get nicer cameras for the prisoners?
For the prisoners to talk to the judge?
It's more taxpayer money. I don't want that.
The mother of the victim called Grove City Police to report that her 11-year-old child was sexually assaulted by, at the time, an unknown adult male.
The next day, prosecutors said the child's father lured him back to the home.
Here we go.
The child's father started messaging the defendant on a TikTok account as if he was his daughter, stating that, quote, the daughter, was home alone because, again, quote, her parents had left. At about 6:09, the defendant showed up to the back door of the residence. The father answered the door and ultimately shot the defendant twice.
The child's father sat in the courtroom as Montoya Gonzalez was arraigned. He's charged with felonious...
Oh, this is dad. They're not showing him. They're not showing his face. I mean, I can see his dreads. I can see his hoodie. I can't see dad's face. They're only showing like from the neck down of the dad in the courtroom. But he roped him in. It was like, oh, you want to come over and hang out again? The kid showed up and they came in the back door and then... We don't know exactly what happened.
But we're not showing him to protect the identity of his daughter. According to a complaint, the father told police he planned to beat Montoya Gonzalez up, hold him, and call for police. But he believed Montoya Gonzalez was reaching for a gun, so he says he shot him.
That might be enough for the jury. That's probably going to be enough for the jury.
They're like, you have to be in fear for your life. And he goes, I was in fear for my life.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Yeah, you know what? I was on the edge. I was on the fence, but now I've decided here's where I'm going to be.
Montoya Gonzalez's phone showing the sexual abuse of children, including an infant or toddler.
Bro!
He's charged with rape, pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor, and obstructing official business. Because prosecutors said he tried to run when he was arrested.
Of course he did. Yeah, even a shot, and he's still trying to run. And the other stuff they're finding on his phone is even worse than what happened here. Yeah, I only regret the father didn't kill him. That's my only regret, that the father wasn't successful and taking this guy out. My God. Yeah, pick a side, though. I mean, maybe you want to be a principled man, even in a case like this. Maybe you want to be a principled lady and say, hey, I actually think that we can't have vigilante justice like this. So, Sean, calm down. You can't support this stuff.
Listen, I am usually a principled guy when it comes to stuff like this. However, that guy said he thought he was reaching for a gun.
Yeah.
And I believe him.
Yeah, he claimed it. I believe him, too. You let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Who do you pick in that battle? It seems like a pretty easy pick a side. But we'll take your feedback regardless.
Old Diego Montoya could have just been scratching his ear, and I'd have been like, he's going to pull a gun out of that ear.
See him? He did it. Yeah, I might be a little trigger happy myself as well. All right, I still got these emails to get into. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Still didn't get into the road rage thing. Don't worry. There's 3 more hours left, and they are locked and loaded with the best viral content you could possibly imagine. I'll do the road rage story at the top of the hour here. That's when we return, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Traffic's backed up due to an accident on 4.
Thank you. Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Anybody principled enough to stand by this 20-year-old? Anybody who will be the meme of the one guy who steps up? Anybody? Let me tell you something. Here's how I feel about these stories. And I've talked about this a little bit recently. But I believe when anyone, actually, let me rephrase that. I believe when any man is convicted of a sexual assault of a child, that man should be, and this is the important part, physically castrated as soon as he is deemed guilty by a court of his peers. And I mean that in the truest sense of the word. I mean, they should sever the genitals of any man convicted of sexually attacking a young person. I mean that full-throated, 10 toes down, not chemical castration, which is just, as I've told you before, taking a pill that reduces or completely eliminates your sexual urges and desires. They can stop taking those pills at any point. They can reject them even in the prison if they want to. They can pretend that they took them. They don't have to take them. But guess what? If they physically do this to you, they ain't going to ever do that again in their life. Big agree? I mean, yeah, that's an easy one. Yeah, Ryan, I've mentioned this before. I talk about people hearing about chemical castration believe that there's some vial of acid and they're chemically dropping it on the guy's genitals and no, it's a medication you take that lowers your libido and your sexual desires to almost nothing. But it's not enough for me. Couple of minutes and we're back live. I agree, but just kill them? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm saying what you have to do is enforce the worst crimes, enforce the worst kind of punishments on them so that people really think twice, 3 times, 4 times before they attempt to do some of this stuff. You might be born with some pretty deranged ideas in your head, like mentally warped, disgusting, perverse ideas. You might be a degenerate MFer, but if you know that they are going to physically cut your genitals off if you do that, you'll think twice about it. Two minutes, everybody. That guy needs the death penalty? I mean, what do you want? What do you want? Like, they have him on video, not only with the 11-year-old, but with other people, even much, much younger, like disturbing stuff. It's not enough that the person just doesn't see the light of day again. I need more. I need more than that. Don't forget, grab those Starry Night magnets while you can. Subscribe now to get yours. There are less than 90 left. I don't know how many. I haven't checked. But today's the day. Directly to the gallows. Use a rusty pair of scissors. Yikes. Hey, what am I supposed to feel bad for these people? I'm sure he'll be dealt with in prison if he makes it there. Got to get through jail first. I mean, here's the problem. What happens if he's penned up with a whole bunch of people exactly like him? Okay. Folks, let's do this thing. We're coming back live on the show. I still have the scariest video in the world. We're going to do that at 1 o'clock in less than an hour. Okay, here we go.
Illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. FUN. F-U-N. That's fun. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row.
People will do, even when they know there's cameras on them, even when they know somebody's probably going to see it again, and it's usually road rage related. I'll play something for you in just a moment that proves my point, I think. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us. You're in the right spot here. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. You know who doesn't strike me as somebody who has road rage? Joshua Fowler.
Wrong.
It doesn't... Like, I could totally have this wrong, and Josh could be driving in his Subaru or going down the road real fast down the interstate, and I'm just like, you don't strike me as somebody who explodes, but maybe that's the exact type of person.
I think it's usually like a hidden thing, and you can go a long time knowing somebody without riding in a vehicle with them.
Yeah,
and
you
then
got
all of a sudden, what?
Yeah. You got a little bit. You got. Not bad. I'm not saying you have bad road rage, Steele. I'm saying you got a little nibble of road rage.
It rears its ugly head. It's very small and in very small doses, but I do get annoyed with people.
I had an idea, and nobody's on board with me so far on this. Okay?
Classic.
I had an idea that right next to your license plate on your vehicle, they should have a digital screen. And the digital screen should display how many times you've honked your horn in your car. because it would reset for each user or each driver of the car. If somebody sell it and somebody else gets it, it would reset. I don't think there would be any better indicator of cars that you need to stay away from than if there was something that showed how many times you've honked your horn on the back of your vehicle. Some of you are going to get triggered by that, but I think is true. You're heavy on that horn, you're a little crazy.
I had an idea that was sort of like putting like a light sign in the back of your car, sort of like the one on your wall there that we're seeing there.
Yeah, like a LED ticker thing?
Yeah, and then I could just maybe like voice send a text message somewhere that puts a message that I want to display behind me to somebody. Yeah. Like back the F off or something like that, you know? Yeah. But usually the target of my road irritation, I won't even call it rage. The target of my mild road irritation, or MRI, that one's already in use. So
just coined right now.
Yeah. Is usually in front of me. It's when somebody is going too slow and I can peer through their back window and see that they're on their phone.
Yes.
And I'm like, bitch.
All right, maybe it should be like a taxi cab on top of your vehicle, a little display that you could see 360, and it shows how many times that person has honked their horn. And I think that's indicative of just how crazy they're going to get.
Or every honk gets louder.
Yeah,
or longer.
I think you should only get so many, actually. Like maybe you're allotted 2 per month or something, and then people will be more specific about what they use their honk on.
No, because maybe an allotment of time honking, because there's differences. Like when you're really road raging it out, you're like, get out of the way. Yeah. Why did you go through the intersection if you didn't know that you could get to the other side of it? Now I have the green light and you're being an asshole and you're blocking everything. Like that could be the long honk. But then when it's just somebody that needs a little reminder that the light is green, you just get a little tap tap.
He just pulled that out of thin air, by the way. It's not that he had that ready to go, because he's got that road rage going through his veins.
Mild road irritation, MRI, trademark.
This is a woman. She's with her 3-year-old in the car. You're about to hear this. Her and her 3-year-old are in the car. They're on I-85 in Greensboro. And a guy was driving recklessly and swerving and then cut her off. So she honked at him. She hits the horn. And the guy slams on his brakes, and she honked again at him, and then here's what followed. All right, I gave you the whole run-up. Like, the guy was driving like a madman lunatic, and she honked one time, and then he freaked out, slammed on the brakes, and she honked at him again, and then he did this. All right, pulls up next to her here. You're going to hear him.
He said, you're going to die?
You're going to die. You are going to die. You're going to die.
I can kill you.
Oh, so sure. This wasn't
kill you.
This isn't like a vision he had.
No,
this is definitely a threat.
No.
He's Final Destination warning her.
Well, that would be way scarier if they didn't know each other and had no history at all. He's just like, you're gonna die.
I'm just saying, if you're arguing in court about this, he could have said like, listen, I had a divine intervention and I saw this person dying, so I had to tell them you're gonna die. Or then he follows that up with, I can kill you, and you're like, no, that's definitely a threat.
This guy, somebody says if sausage gravy was a person. I can see his blood pressure. You're right about that. This guy is crazy, man. We have to share the roads with these people. Maybe a better idea would be that there would be some sort of public voting system. And each person got like one vote, right? And you can use the vote to vote for somebody who's a dangerous driver. And if any individual person gets a certain amount of votes, and you can, you could fight it if you want or whatever. But if you get a certain amount of votes from other people, they take your license away forever. Because this guy doesn't need to be behind the wheel of a car. This guy is crazy. Like, this guy is absolutely crazy. Like, you're going to die. You're going to die. You are going to die. No, you're going to die. absolutely unhinged. And there's a little baby in the back seat. I just cut it off, but there's a baby.
That's good. That baby was about to curse.
Yeah. And then she's like, what the hell? So she's filming him. Thank God she's filming him. Then she's driving down the road. And I think he cuts over at some point in time. Oh, this lady gets him real good in a moment here. You should do this if you're her.
She pulls a gun out.
she kills him. No, she doesn't kill him. She's following him along. He's trying to get away from her as fast as he can. He's still cutting in and out of lanes, just so everybody knows. And then he slams on the brakes, but not before she got a good shot of his license plate.
Correct.
WBR 3659, we're looking for you out there, you lunatic. You absolute crazy person. You're going to die. I'm going to kill you. So I have a hard time wrapping my head around stories like this. And I know all of you, or at least most of you, have experiences like this out in the wild. But I just do not have this running through my veins. I would just be still just staring at the road, just driving ahead, thinking about something, thinking about work or what. I would not be engaged in any of this. I had one lunatic like this on the way to a live show who was driving like this person, and I hit him with the middle finger, and then they tried to like kill me in the middle of the interstate. And I go, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. Let everybody go crazy. You guys can all fight to Thunderdome or what? I don't know, whatever. The fight to the death out there.
When was this? What show were you on the way to?
It was on the way to a show in Mount Dora. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. There's a guy, I flipped him off after he was driving crazy and like almost crashed into us and killed us. And then he got in front of me full speed, slammed on his brakes. He kept trying to stop me and get out of the car. And I would just stop and stay away from the guy. And then he'd get back in his car. He's just crazy. Just like acting irrational.
When the road rager gets revenge, that's when it can be a lot more dangerous, but just also, even if it's not dangerous, super annoying. Super. I told you the story once before. I don't think Josh heard it. I had done a little tap at the green light that the person had not been moving. Tap on the horn.
Taparoo.
And the guy was so annoyed by that he got behind me, waited for the next red light, and the second it turned green, and I was like, you did that?
You know,
you went through the motions for that?
It's annoying, but I kind of admire the pettiness there.
I just love just going up next to him and go, well, as your attorney, I'm going to tell you, whatever you do, just don't say that they're going to die when you pull up next to them in your vehicle. All right? Just don't.
Ladies and
don't
gentlemen of the jury.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
No. Oh, wait. Oh.
You're going to die.
Okay.
You're going to die.
Are you pointed at him and you said it right to the face? Okay. Well,
you didn't say you were going to do it.
Yeah. Don't say. Don't say you can kill him. Imagine being so mad, brother.
God.
Nothing makes me that mad. Nothing on earth.
He really looks and sounds like he's about to have a heart attack.
Yeah,
in that moment.
Yeah.
Ironically,
I think we'd be better off. People like this are just unhinged, man. Just unbelievable, with a capital U and a B. Thank you for the person who sent that over. Appreciate that. Over at thenewsjunkie.com. That guy has some problems, I think you might say. Okay, Celine, I did get my connection back, just so you know.
Good.
Which is excellent to see. Very, very good news there. A couple of emails coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. M emails about the THC drink ban, which is supposedly going to go through here in November, thanks to the legal dispensaries that lobbied against these THC drinks at liquor stores, the liquor companies who didn't want the competition, who lobbied against these THC drinks, and then the anti-drug groups, which worked with all of those people, strange company, strange bedfellows, if you will. And they worked to get something slipped into a bill that could ban THC drinks, which I think are not really very dangerous and help a lot of people with sleeping issues and other things. Sean, got some bad news this morning. Maybe good news in the end, ? My friend in the Marines was discharged today, says M. His girlfriend got him a THC drink at the convenience store a week or so ago. He didn't think anything of it since the rule is no illegal drugs, and he thought it was legal, so he was good. Then he got picked for the P test and failed. Sad times for him. He's now been discharged from the Marines.
Oh, man.
Are they sending people out of the Marines for a THC drink positive? God,
Is it
man.
dishonorable discharge or just discharge?
I don't know, but that's absolutely lame and a stupid idea all around. But perhaps you have some experience with that. Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or your email. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, couple other things here that I wanted to work through. Chris emailed the show, and he said, this is a real snip-snap moment in the Diddy world, because we had heard that Diddy was, working on his release, and then C-Lane had a story about Diddy getting in a prison fight, and then we had the story that I said was after Diddy's prison fight, they made his release date sooner, which didn't make any sense to me. And then now, Chris of the Coleman variety emails that Diddy's prison release date was pushed back again after the fight. So it was gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think that's fine. I think we'll be okay. Ginny emails the show. She goes, what's going on with 107.1? Where are you guys? What happened? I live in Vero Beach, Florida, and I listen to you on my way home from work every day at 3 p.m. when you come on. You guys were not on the radio this afternoon, and we missed you, says Ginny. Ginny, I don't know. There was some weird stuff going down. Do we know anything about it? Was just like some fluke things happening there?
I'll check into it. I haven't heard anything.
Remember, because somebody had said that we were on the stream earlier than we usually were. I don't know if they just switched around because we were live and broadcast us earlier and then did the other show in the afternoon. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but hopefully we're back today on your station. We love this station. We love talking to you through these speakers. Charles emails. He goes, you guys are right. You were talking about yesterday the In-N-Out shooter who had the scope on his gun and a silencer, I think, or he had a silencer on his gun for sure. You guys are right. In most states, you could pay a $200 tax and then buy a suppressor. You did say that it seems like you're up to something if you own a suppressor, but that doesn't have to be true. When you're using a suppressor, a lot of times you were shooting subsonic rounds so that the bullet doesn't break the sound barrier and cause that really loud crack that comes along with firing a gun. And if you're using one for home defense, then you're ensuring that the bullet doesn't travel as far outside of your house, or if it misses or goes through an intruder. I myself am into hunting, and I've always wanted to get a suppressor for my hunting rifle. I usually wear ear protection when hunting, but a suppressor would make it so I didn't have to do that and didn't disturb the wildlife as much. I think you're disturbing the wildlife, though, isn't that? This is part of the hunting process is disturbing the wildlife. Finally, for now, Marla emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I got some mailbox money, Marla says. She said this is for people who owned Google devices with Google Assistant from 2016 to 2026. So the last 10 years, if you had a Google device that had Google Assistant, I've had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Eligible class members can file for a cash payout of anywhere from $2 to $56 under a $68 million Google Assistant privacy class action settlement. So anybody who had a Google device in the last 10 years, go to googleassistantprivacylitigation.com. I know it's a bit long. All right, Josh, get over there. Google Assistant Privacy Litigation, LITIGATION.com. Google Assistant Privacy Litigation.com for a class action settlement. You'll get some mailbox money. You'll forget about it until it comes in. Well, you might get as much as $56 just for being somebody who had a Google device as part of the class action suit. Get to it. Get your money. Why not? All right. We are going to, I do have another crazy ass road rage story, believe it or not. We're going to get to that a little later on. A lot of this is going to have to come up in the second half of the show. We'll touch on the Perez Hilton thing when we come back. It's crazy. I'll tell you some personal stories about that guy because I worked with him for a bit. But what happened last night with him on a live stream, if you haven't discovered this, I implore you not to look it up. I legitimately implore you, even though I sent it to Josh and C-Lane. After thinking about it for a while, I was like, this is one of those things that you say, don't watch that video, and I mean it. It is a bad time. It is a bad time. But we'll talk about what went down and some of the reaction and what's happened afterwards, just so you're fully in the loop. If you don't know who that person is, Perez Hilton will explain, and we'll get you through that story pretty quickly. Still got the scariest video in the world, which is going to be maybe the big bombshell segment of the day. That's coming up in about 40 minutes or so. A lot more on the way, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'd be like, hey, come in 7 o'clock, buddy. We got it. We'll do the first hour.
I have responsibilities, things that they got to do.
You do have responsibilities. Hitting that ass.
Yeah.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic stop and go westbound on 408 past Conroy Road due to an accident blocking 2 left lanes. Keep right to avoid any problems and look out for emergency crews on the roadways. There's a crash.
Hey, you. Welcome behind the scenes. Somebody has sent me a clip they want me to fact check, too. We're going to do that on the show today. The person wants me to fact check this story that says the U.S. government was jamming GPS and radar systems in some test, and it caused a plane to crash, causing a bunch of fatalities. The U.S. government killed these people, caused a plane crash and killed these people. I'll fact check that a little bit later on in the show. Hey, Jay Nobles, good to see you, friend. Big Doug Millionaire, hey there. Weed consumer, Steph, there you are. Is it another Hilton sister? Yes, definitely. Definitely another Hilton sister. Gotta get up. Gotta get up. All right, let's see what we got for you here. Might have a stream exclusive, maybe. All right, I've got something strange for you here. There's a story from the Associated Press today, and I think it's an interesting peek into our future. And I want to ask you if you think this is smart or not, if you agree that they should do this. This is a yes-no vote on the way here. Matt Walker is part of a group called Kindred Companion Sciences. And they have genetically edited beagles. They have genetically edited beagles, a breed that has gone through some shit. They have genetically edited beagles, so that the beagles are hypoallergenic. They have used CRISPR technology to edit the genes of beagles, and now they have made it so there's one particular thing you can edit so the saliva and hair of the beagle do not have the allergy-causing protein. And then you can have a beagle, even if you're allergic, and not have any issues. Now, it'll take some time before they can work this in to the beagle population. But how do we feel about people editing the genes of dogs to make them better companions, to make it easier for us as owners to have them, to make them hypoallergenic, or God knows what they're going to do from here? Generally speaking, gene editing dogs to make them easier pets, yes or no? What do we think? Yes or no on gene editing dogs, as they did with the beagle? They made it so it's hypoallergenic now. Can they edit them not to bark? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking you this generally. If we can start doing this, well, I can edit it not to bark. I can edit the genes of the beagle so that is less likely to do whatever these annoying behaviors are, like tear apart furniture or pee in the house, whatever it is, right? So we're editing these animals. We don't know what the hell is going to happen long term. But are you okay with that? No, not no, but heck no. For pets, yes, but only for my pets. I don't like it, but this way people who are allergic can love on pets. We breed animals to have certain traits. How is this different? Not dramatically different, really. I mean, we have done some things to these animals. If you ever see a reference, and I say reference and not like photo, because sometimes you might have to go back to like the 17 or 1800s before photography was commonplace and popular. If you see what some of these dog breeds look like, I've seen galleries, right? And it'll say, this is what this breed used to look like. This is what it looks like now. Faces that are shorter, ears that are shorter, things that we've done with their tails and breeding. And we've bred them to be compliant. We've bred them to be compliant, good little pals in our lives. And now I guess this is sort of that on steroids, because they can get in with CRISPR to the actual genes and edit the dogs. If you're too lazy to train and care for your pet without that, stay away from animals. We've been selectively breeding for forever? Yes, but I think this is going to go way beyond the selective breeding. I think they'll start to edit genes. They'll be like, oh, do you want a beagle that's like 1/3 the size? Click that, edit the genes a little bit. This one's hypoallergenic, no problem. This one only uses the bathroom once per day, conveniently at 9 p.m. So you can walk them when the sun goes down. You know what I mean? Gene editing pets. Do we support this? Yes or no? Looks like mostly no so far. How do you train a dog not to be hypoallergenic? Every time you sneeze, you have to beat the dog. And then they stop. It's crazy. We're coming back.
And Grace, and their friendship is hard earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost Podcast, and listen now.
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Less stress, more peace of mind. Cento Moving, CentoMoving.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. FUN. F-U-N. That's fun. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This is...
We want to hear from you today. Join us on the show. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, there's a story floating around out there. Let's just address this while we're at it here. And I'm not going to show you anything at the center of this because it was so disturbing. This was a guy who some of you will know and a lot of you won't know, named Perez Hilton, who used to be a very prominent celebrity blogger. That whole thing is kind of dead now. Like, there used to be so many blogs, and that's where we would go and talk in the comments section. Before social media, blogs were like the center of the internet for a while. And this guy was one of the biggest in that world, Perez Hilton. And he covered all kinds of stuff. I worked with him for a little while. I'll talk about that in a bit. But I saw this video last night, and it was him on a live TikTok, and he is just completely covered in blood, head to toe. I kid you not. I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, he's completely covered in blood. He had half of the stuff I didn't want to say. He was just cutting himself and covered in blood in the live stream. You know, just to let you know how bad it got. At one point, he had a box cutter, which I think he may have, in Right? Yeah, with a box. That's the kind of stuff that was going on. This is a person who's like very, very sick, obviously. And he's been kind of wilding out. From what I could tell, Perez Hilton, he used to live in Vegas, and then he had these like near-death experiences. The craziest, scariest thing is he has 3 kids. All right? He has 3 kids through surrogate or whatever. He ended up with 3 kids. And I don't believe they're with him now. Thank God, right? It never would have gotten through the trauma that they saw last night. And when I tell you this, when I say what I'm about to say, I want you to please, for once, believe me. I don't care if you routinely disagree with me on the show. I don't care if you whatever. Don't watch this video. Don't seek it out. Don't look at it. It's the kind of disturbing that's not funny or interesting. It's just bad. And I only wish that the kids in this situation are taken as far away from this guy as possible, and he gets whatever help he needs. I know he found God recently and was talking about religion, and I don't know. It's hard for me to square because I used to work with Perez Hilton when I was much younger, when his website was really at its peak. And I worked in internet content at the time for a company that was called LiveLeak.com. And LiveLeak spawned out of another very famous website that I worked for prior to that called Ogreish.com. Some of you will know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Didn't you have the podcast for Ogreish?
I did the Ogreish podcast, yeah. Back in the early days of podcasting, that was one of the things that I worked with them on. And I worked with them in making their videos go viral and getting them linked on all of these other sites. And Ogreish, which was like this crazy early internet shock website that I worked for, they wanted to go a little more mainstream, and they changed into a website called LiveLeak.com. Now, LiveLeak is kind of an infamous website. There's been all sorts of crazy stuff that was hosted there. We were part of many things. One of the biggest ones was we were the ones who leaked out the video of Saddam Hussein being hanged in Baghdad. Classic. In Iraq, the classic Saddam Hussein hanging video caper that we were involved in, and various different things over the years. It was kind of a wild time. And when I was working with them and working with a couple of other websites at the time, I would seed content in sources like Drudge Report, which was like a big news links website, and I would message Matt Drudge and go, "Hey, check this out," and give him a you talk to them mostly on instant messenger or sometimes over phone. But I talked to Perez Hilton a bunch of times.
What's instant messenger?
It's used to be how he talked to people online instantly on AOL back in the day. Don't make me describe what that is. But Perez Hilton was, every time I talked to him, so obsessed with his celebrity status, so obsessed with maintaining and gaining any sort of notoriety and fame at any cost, that even I, having some history with this guy, when I saw the video, I was like, he wouldn't be beyond staging something like this for attention. So I was hoping, I was literally hoping on hope that it wouldn't be real, this video of him abusing himself on this live stream that led to a ton of his fans calling 911. And then they sent an ambulance out to his house last night, and I guess they got him to the hospital.
Back to that breaking
news. Here's NBC 6.
To you at the top of our newscast. A person was being seen taken into an ambulance moments ago outside of a home in southwest Miami-Dade. The sheriff's office says that a man was inside the home live streaming acts of self-harm on social media. A couple of neighbors are telling us that the man inside the home is celebrity entertainment blogger Perez Hilton.
I think when they showed up, when the news showed up and the ambulance was there, you could still see it happening through his window. They're blurring out the window. Because he was inside, nude and just covered in blood from head to toe.
You could still see through the blur that he's kind of red.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you see something's going on. But this is the most I'm willing to show.
That with us tonight. We will bring you any updates on this story as we learn them on air and online on our NBC6 digital platform.
Okay, so they showed up there on the scene when the cops had arrived. They were trying to talk to him. Then they said the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office received multiple calls regarding an individual who was live streaming acts of self-harm on social media. Deputies quickly located the individual's residence, where they spoke with family members on the scene and confirmed he was alone inside. In many incidents involving a person experiencing a mental health crisis or actively harming themselves, Deputies prioritize de-escalation by creating time, distance, and opportunities for communication. Unless there's an immediate threat to others, slowing the situation and utilizing crisis intervention techniques can reduce the likelihood of a suicide by cop encounter and minimize the risk of injury to the individual deputies and the public. So they were disengaged at the beginning, and then I think I saw there was another update on this that says his attorney, who has represented him over the years, says, I, like many others, feel very concerned for Mario, that's Perez Hilton's real name, for his health, and I'm trying to confirm that he is receiving the care that he needs to fully address the causes and conditions which led to this incident. It feels like a moment that deserves kindness and compassion. So he's in the hospital, I guess, getting some care. Do not, I repeat, do not, absolutely 100%, do not watch the videos. Do not search for any of that stuff.
Do not send them to two of your coworkers who are just having a nice little Tuesday.
Yeah, don't send them to somebody.
Open that message in the middle of a crowded bar when you get it.
Maybe you should have heeded that person's advice and put the phone down.
Yeah,
I should have.
It's just unbelievably brutal, and it did appear to be a real mental breakdown that he's been going through. But this is a guy who's just been kind of obsessed with attention. I remember every time I talk to him about this stuff. One time when I was talking to Perez Hilton, he had just lost the server that hosted his website because the Australian server he was using at the time was getting pressure from copyright lawsuits and stuff. And they took his website offline for quite a while. And he was so upset, and I think like kind of thinking about harming himself at that point in time, and because he thought he was never going to be famous again, nobody was ever going to pay attention to him again, and he was going to be just like a regular person. And even in that moment, you're like, oh my God, imagine that, the idea that you might just be a normal person like everybody else and not internet famous is enough for you to think in these ways of like self-harm and stuff. But I don't know. I hope he gets whatever help he needs. It's very, very disturbing and super weird stuff. And again, I cannot encourage you enough on the side of do not search for that or look at those videos. A couple of quick emails, very fast. Anonymous emails about the discharge from the military over a THC drink email. Anonymous says, I am a lawyer in the Army, so I can speak on the question of the discharged Marine. Excellent, Anonymous. This is exactly the kind of feedback we want. Like when you're an expert or somebody in the know on something, always hit us up like this. If you want to be anonymous, do what this person did. I'm a lawyer in the Army, so I can speak to the question of the discharged Marine. The rule on substances is not at all limited to illegal substances. We have long had prohibitions on legal THC-8, which is probably what was positive on his urinalysis. I've also seen warnings even about using certain bodybuilding supplements because they could create an issue on urinalysis tests. It was likely he was administratively discharged with an honorable, general, or other than honorable discharge. A dishonorable discharge is only possible in a court-martial, says Anonymous. Thank you for the expertise. Appreciate that. This person, Andrew, says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, Sean, my idea for marking the bad drivers. Everybody should have a paintball gun that only has a limited amount of paintballs per month. When somebody does something stupid, you shoot their car. With too many marks, the police can pull you over or do a car inspection, and you get points against your license that could get your license suspended, says Andrew, with a bit of a
interesting
idea.
Don't hate it.
Yeah, it's creative. I'll say that. It's absolutely creative. And we got a bunch more of these to get into, which we will as the show rolls on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got, first of all, at the top of the hour, as I was saying, we're going to do this crazy, probably the scariest video, even more scary than the Brez stuff, if you can imagine that. But I'm going to share this one with you. It's a story that's really starting to pop off. But the hot sheet is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Look at you. You look amazing. Well, one of the craziest videos that we're not going to get into today. Have you guys ever heard anything like this before? I would guess no. I saw this video of a guy getting in trouble at a hotel. He had arrived at his hotel where he was staying for the night, and he was eating a hot dog, and he had a little bag with him. And the hotel stopped him, and they told him, "You can't take that to your room." And the guy said, "I can't take my snacks to my room?" And they said, "The hot dog, that's bread. That doesn't count as a snack. You can't take a hot dog up to your room." The guy's like, "I bought some food. I'm going back to my hotel room to eat it." And they said, "Absolutely not. You cannot take food that you're bringing in from outside up to your hotel room to eat it." And I started racking my brain. I've stayed in a lot of hotels all over this great country, even around the world. I have never, ever, ever in my life heard that you can't eat food in your hotel room. No snacks in your hotel room is a new one for me. Have you guys ever heard that before? That you would be denied a hot dog opportunity in your hotel room. Every single hotel I've ever been to, I could order a pizza if I wanted to. Anything short of like maybe bringing my own flat top grill and doing my own hibachi or something, I've never had any issue at all. We've become a lawless society. True. I've had Uber delivered. Yeah, I mean, I've had Uber delivered from restaurants. I've had pizza that I've brought back. B Dizzle says they want them to use their room service and cash bar. Probably, but I've just never heard that was like a limitation on you staying there. I've never heard of that. Couple of minutes and we're back live. Why else would they have a microwave and a fridge? Yeah, that's my experience too. Heroin Bob says, I've heard of hotels doing that. Crappy hotels do that. Thanks for the Army lawyer update. No one ever accused my friend of being smart. Thank you, Kara. Appreciate you. Kara and you, make sure you get your hands on the last bit of them. Gorge. It's my painting, Starry Night. I think it's going to be big. I think my Starry Night painting is going down in art history. In the form of the News Junkie logo, the Game of Magnets entry available if you are a subscriber, or if you gift a sub. For each one, you can claim a magnet like that or some other piece of merch. There's stickers, there's all kinds of fun stuff. Only time I've ever been told no food in the room was like a cruise ship, and that was because of taking plates back, not using room service. Yeah, I mean, I could see cruise ships more because cruise ships is such a small space. Like this room is much bigger than every cruise ship room, or at least most of the big cruise ship rooms. A cruise ship room would essentially be like maybe this, this slice of the studio here, including your bathroom and then like your bed and everything is slammed in. They're not big rooms. So maybe they don't want people just piling up food back in the cabins. I mean, their major issues tend to be around like anything that could light on fire. Sean, you could only take credit for the painting if you cut your own ear off. Not sure if worth it. Didn't he die broke, right? Am I right on that? Brisby says, still waiting for my magnet. Which one? When you say that, I have no idea what that means. You're still waiting for your Starry Night magnet? Yes, those have not been sent out yet. Those have not been shipped out. If you're waiting for your spider curse magnet, then you may be in a handful of orders. There's like eight or 9 orders total, I think, where I'm waiting for more magnets to come in. Those are people who needed a lot of magnets. And I'm waiting for more to come in the next couple of weeks, and I'll send those out. Or you could be in the category of people who think that you just like subscribe and then they ignore the entire part where you're supposed to claim a prize. Don't do that. I got my spider magnet a few days ago in Georgia. Nice. Yeah, Brisby, let me know what the deal is, man. As always, chat, if you see anybody ever complaining about, I didn't get this prize, didn't get that prize, but any kind of issues, always point the person to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I'm a good guy. I live by my word. I try to make sure I do everything I say I'm going to do. It's very hard to stay on top of everything. So always move them over to tips@thenewsjunkie.com and we'll get it lined up. God bless. Hot sheet coming in. Little, very quick hit story here. It's a weird one, though. Stand by. Here we go.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
To R. Willie B for the 6 gifted premium subscriptions over on thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you, R. Willie B. Appreciate the support over there. You can do it as well on thenewsjunkie.com. The hot sheet is coming up in just a second, literally seconds away. I do have to share with you guys, Josh and C-Lane, one of the weirdest stories of the week, I think. They arrested some guy, 26-year-old man, because he was dressing up as the Grim Reaper and he was going on the roof of a hospital and just staring at the patients as they were going out.
That's kind of funny.
And I was like, how deranged is this?
Die.
So he goes to the hospital and he goes up to like this balcony area of the hospital dressed as the Grim Reaper. And when patients would come out for a break from the hospital, they would see this guy. This is a Grim Reaper who climbed onto a hospital roof scaring visitors, has now been fined. Leon Gillespie. Leon, what the hell, man? Pleaded guilty to causing a nuisance without reasonable excuse. Was handed
reasonable excuses in the eye of the beholder.
Was handed a fine. He dressed up in a Grim Reaper-style outfit, climbed onto a roof, and he stared at staff and visitors. He had a long blade and was making noises and grunts on the hospital building. He was dressed in a black outfit that he later described as a crow costume. He said, it's not the Grim Reaper, I assure you.
A crow or the crow?
I think he said a crow costume, but there may have been some translation issues. He had a big, what is it, a scythe? What's the thing?
Scythe.
Grim Reaper?
Scythe.
Scythe? He had
There's
one of
no
those.
scythe in this picture, but
No, but it does say he had one when they got him, or he had like some sort of knife along with him. What did they say? Dressed in a black outfit that he described as a crow costume. Anyhow, don't do that. It's a bad idea all the way around. It's super weird. I'll put it up on See It Now so you guys can take a peek. Right now, though, let's do the hot sheet.
Hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And we talked about Perez Hilton earlier. Perez gave no indication he was distressed in the weeks leading up to the alarming behavior of last night on the live stream. The gossip mogul shared a pair of clips to Instagram last month, just a couple weeks ago, I think, telling followers about some Bible passages he was reading. There was one that really struck him, flashing a grin while reciting a few lines that were all about work. He even made a Rihanna comparison, telling fans the Bible says to work, 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 like her song. Except they put the suggestions out there hundreds of years ago. He brought a similar energy to a clip on IG a couple days before that, reading from the book of gospel testimonials. And in a video posted on Monday, he talked about Ariana Grande's decision to step out of the spotlight, which we talked about yesterday. Also, weird fact, Jelly Roll is taking some time off from the spotlight. Taking some time off from touring. Is it weird that they're both doing it at the same time?
I don't know if those things are related.
Should we ship them? Should we make up their name? Is it Jelliana?
I don't know what's happening there. She seems like she wouldn't be his type, though.
No.
Vice versa.
Not at all. It seems like Perez's life was more complicated than he was letting on. As you know, we went through some of that earlier with the cop showing up to his Miami area home last night after authorities received reports he was live streaming some alarming behavior, to say the least, if you've seen the video, but don't watch the video.
Yeah.
Other videos that are not so great going around. It's not a good time right now to be a live streamer in Mexico.
No.
If you're live streaming in Mexico, maybe take a break. Maybe pull a Jelly Roll or an Ariana and take some time out of the spotlight, because they just had another one in the news. Some guy live streaming and a dude comes up in a motorcycle and just shoots him. But this other live streamer, 23-year-old beauty influencer Valeria Marquez, whose ex-boyfriend was the son of a Mexican criminal cartel leader.
Yeah.
Not a great situation to be in.
Bueno.
And it says the leader of that Mexican criminal cartel was swept up by authorities after allegedly ordering the brutal murders of his son's beauty influencer ex-girlfriend. And it says, and a mayor, but was she the mayor, or was it a different person?
Mayor got swept up in that one.
Yeah, it says Mexico officials say Ramon Angel Alvarez Ayala was arrested in late July by military personnel and law enforcement during a joint operation. He was the main leader of Los Ares, or it looks like Los Ars, one of the most violent criminal organizations connected to the Jalisco New Generation cartel. The 23-year-old beauty influencer was doing her live stream, and a delivery guy knocked on the door and said, "Are you Valeria Marquez?" And she said yes, and he shot her twice and left.
Yeah, the new ones, forgive me if you just said this. I hate to repeat because I was distracted by something for a second, but the new one was like delivery drivers pretending to be part of something too, and they just ended up killing.
And those
the
were
guys.
out on the streets.
Yeah.
It says,
I didn't see the video of it actually happening, but they paused it like right as the delivery drivers pulled up.
I watched that video, and it was it's kind of scary out there if you're a live streamer. So maybe take a pause if you're doing that. We talked about Snip Snap for Diddy, with in regards to his release date. And they said they moved it up, and then they moved it back. But another piece of bad news for Sean Puffy Combs is that it looks like he's out a bunch of like electronics and cash that the authorities had seized, but they had some sort of time frame in which somebody was supposed to come claim them on his behalf.
Oh, really?
The judge who presided over Diddy's criminal trial signed an order Tuesday officially forfeiting a bunch of property to Uncle Sam, authorizing the feds to take possession and dispose of items in accordance with the law. That said $9,000 and a whole bunch of electronics. It's a long list. Multiple iPhones, iPads, hard drives, and $9,000 in hard cash seized from the Park Hyatt Hotel on the day that Diddy was taken into custody. You got that much stuff in your hotel room?
I wouldn't, but I mean, he would. He's Diddy, right? Like,
yeah. The docs note claims, the docs note no claims contesting the forfeiture had been filed in the 30 days since the forfeiture notice was published, so the judge signed off on the order. It's a done deal. He can't get any of that stuff back, and he's getting released even later because of the whole fight in prison thing. It says Lil Wayne may have tried to fly out a teen mom star just to hang out. I don't think she's still a teen mom star. I should probably say that. But Lil Wayne looks like he had been making plans to meet up with former Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant star Rachel Beaver, at least according to a series of text messages and conversations we're told he exchanged with her. In the alleged text, it appears things started with Rachel, who's currently 23, sliding into Wayne's DMs, writing, well, this is weird because we're reading it, "Fly me out, I won't say anything like the last one."
And then it appears that did not happen, right?
History has proven that to be a lie. Wayne then asked for her phone number before the conversation moved to text from WhatsApp or Instagram, or I can't tell exactly what they were on. The alleged texts show Rachel suggesting that they wait to meet up till after Christmas because she'd need time to line up a babysitter for her children. And then on January 3rd around 5 a.m., it appears Wayne reignited the conversation with a simple message that read, "Want you."
Wow. Okay.
And the text continued on for a while.
He's not married or anything, right?
They were kind of flirting, and then all of a sudden he got secretly engaged, and it came out that he like privately all of a sudden was engaged, but he's not engaged anymore, Lil Wayne. Oh. But apparently what happened was this Rachel Beaver from the Teen Mom thing had some trouble like being able to fly. Like she needed to get her documentation straight, and Wayne just ghosted her. So,
oh man,
so that whole "fly me out, I won't say anything like the last one" turned out to not be true. And last but not least, my favorite story in the hot sheet today: big numbers of people going to see Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Huge.
And according to an Instagram account called Ayu Rios, the theater that this person went to just straight up accidentally showed the wrong movie. And there's video of it, but there's a lot of curse words in it. There's like a guy in the back like, "What the F is this?"
What did they play? They were supposed to be watching Spider-Man. That's, okay. What did they play for him?
According to the Instagram post, the theater accidentally played a movie called "I Want Your Sex" during a screening meant for Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Even better.
The unusual mix-up quickly caught attention online, with fans joking about the shocking contrast between a family-friendly superhero movie with a guy yelling curse words in the background of the video and the adult-themed film. It appears to have been just a simple theater error. "I Want Your Sex" is a 2026 erotic comedy thriller that stars Olivia Wilde, let's see, Johnny Knoxville, Margaret Cho, Charlie XCX, and Daveed Diggs.
Imagine if you're those people, the only press your movie is getting is Spider-Man fans accidentally seeing it.
That's
I had
so
no
true.
idea that existed.
And and then they'll just go back into nothingness until somebody Google's "I Want Your Sex" for other reasons.
I'm not Googling that.
Do it. Pussy.
Olivia Wilde plays a Dom mommy.
Does she?
A Dom mommy?
Yeah, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is in it.
Interesting.
He's kind of good too.
All right, so it might be worth a viewing, Sean. It's a thriller.
Weird.
You know what's thrilling?
What?
Getting a low mortgage rate when you go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. You compare your quote, the compare quote calculator. It's so easy that you can do it on your phone. And then Don reviews it and goes, "Hey, either this is a really good quote, or many times, no, I can find you a better one." It's very easy to do. He's a local small business owner. You eat local, you shop local, you should mortgage local too. Find him online today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Quick break. When we come back, the scariest video I have seen in an incredibly long time. This is going to freak you out. I'm going to play it for you. You'll hear what happened, and I'll explain all of the details. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
3 left lanes are blocked on 408 westbound at Crystal Lake Drive. Those 2 right lanes are only getting by. Traffic stop and go from Severin Boulevard. There's an accident on I-4 eastbound.
Hey, folks. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. SCO mic activated. When we come back, you're not going to believe this freaky-ass story, but the video is amazing that you're going to be seeing. One of the stories getting a lot of attention in the last 48 hours has been, well, it's a slew of them, really, that say nearly 80% of interceptors for a key missile defense system have been depleted, sources say. CNN's version says the U.S. military has exhausted nearly 80% of its interceptors for a key missile defense system, as senior U.S. military commanders are warning that the Pentagon's munitions stockpile is, quote, dangerously low. Now, the defense I've heard against this is that this is only speaking about the Army's munitions, and it's only speaking about one specific type of the Army's munitions, right? So it's like a very, very specific thing that the Army in particular is running low on. That's the defense I've heard about this. But if it's not true and they're exaggerating this shit, only in the United States of America do we have people who leak out info that says, like, our military is running out of munitions. Dire straits are here. We don't need folks who are, like, embedded from Iran or spies or any. Like, only in America could we have these sort of, like, almost like, it's almost as if they're excited at the prospect that the U.S. might run out of munitions. Now, if the United States of America ever runs out of munitions and missile defense system, arsenal, weaponry, whatever, I want the biggest refund ever, because with the money that we spend in our tax dollars every single year on the United States military, we should never, ever, ever run out of anything. So it's tough. Like, I don't know if this person's a whistleblower and we really are running out of munitions. That's a major problem. I don't think that's what's happening. Or if we have people who are, like, trying to selectively leak out information to make it look like the United States is weakened and running out of stuff to fight the Iranians. That's fucked too, man. It's like, wow. I really hope that's not the case, but it might be. Very weird. The Department of War? Sure. I just don't buy it as presented. All right, that's what I'll say. I don't buy it as presented. The pitched idea that the U.S. is running out of, like, let's say, missiles, it's just that I don't buy that. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's a reasonable thing to believe. So then if I do think that that's probably exaggerated, then I have to think, what is likely going on here? I think you have some people leaking out information to try to, for whatever reason, make our military look bad. Maybe they don't like the people in charge right now for the Trump administration, and they start leaking out info to select newspapers, and then that's spun from, like, some specific problem into something that makes the United States military look bad. And I think if you're doing that, like, that's a pretty scummy ass thing to do. If you're an American and a member of the American media, or if you're a person working for the U.S. military and you're actively working on propaganda for the U.S. military to be made to look bad, that's screwed. Thank you for the 47 months, Steph. Cosidia says treason. I would imagine we build more missiles every day. That's why there's a pause in the war. We're out of rockets. I hate to tell you this, but that's not why there's a pause in the war. There's a pause in the war because for the 5 billionth time, we've figured it all out. We have a deal. The war is over. It's all, yeah, you know. This is the 77th deal that we've made. This one's for real, though. This one is for real. Okay, here we go. Coming back.
But my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to metamucil.com for more details.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com. Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
freaking me out right now. We're going to get into your feedback. You're part of the show, too. You can email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch. There's been a bunch of them. In fact, there's been, gentlemen, more submissions are coming in for the Rate My Blank, Rate My Dad joke of the week. They have been particularly bad, but maybe the tide will turn today. We'll see how this all goes. Okay, over to this incredibly freaky story. Let me get this brought up and ready for you because it is going to get a reaction out of some of you. I don't know what went wrong here, how we end up like this, but let's go to the tape here, Celium. This is from somebody's Ring doorbell camera. The Ring doorbell camera in this case catches a young man in a clown costume coming up to the front door. You'll hear him say something. Try to make out what he says. Here we go.
I'm looking for you.
I'm looking for you?
That's what it sounded like to me, Josh. Yeah, it sounded to me. I'll tell you everything that happened in the story, all the details, what this kid ended up doing. You're probably guessing wrong.
This looks very similar to your front stoop.
It's not, thank God. But this person, this young kid, 15 years old, comes up. Josh says, hold on, let's see if he's right. I'm looking
for you.
I'm looking for you something, right? All right. 15-year-old kid comes up to somebody's doorbell and then wanders away. And if you are not watching, which is many of you just listening to the show, he's in a clown costume. He's wearing a clown costume, a bizarre clown costume, and he walks up to this person's front door and says, I'm looking for you.
From the neck down, it's a clown costume, but like whatever he's wearing over his face looks kind of ski masky.
It does. Yeah. But the backstory here is wild. So here's some more details. This is from KSDK, and they said that this kid was up to a lot more than you might think.
The clown caught on Ring cameras frightening neighbors is now at the center of a homicide investigation.
Whoa.
Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Tonight, Illinois State Police say the person in the clown costume is a 15-year-old boy suspected in a homicide last night in East St. Louis.
Crazy.
5 on your side's Regan DeTrolio joins us live at the East St. Louis Police Department.
First of all, like the stories coming in these days that I see coming in where it's like 15-year-old, 13-year-old, 16-year-old, like murdering people. Locally, we have these two kids that I think are wanted for murder, like 15, 16 years old. It's just absolutely crazy. This kid's 15. He's wandering around ringing doorbells. We're looking for you. And then he ends up murdering somebody.
The news station that we just watched claims that he said, I have a gift for you.
Let me go back to that. Do you think that's what he said?
I don't know. That's just what they put on their screen.
Yeah, I'll play it again. It really sounded like I'm looking for you.
I'm looking for you.
It's probably going to be one of those things where each person hears a different thing. I didn't quite hear gift there, but let's see what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those, Josh. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what they say happened.
Kelly and Mike, neighbors tell me it was such a shocking and scary experience to see the clown on their doorsteps and then learn that he's a homicide suspect.
Yeah.
They're calling him a cop.
Well, now I
Imagine
hear it.
someone.
Yeah, now when I look at the text that says, I have a gift for you, and then he says it, now I think he says, I have a gift for you. But I mean, I don't know if I'm being prompted here.
On your front door in the middle of the night dressed in a clown costume. That's what happened to Lee Palmer's mom Monday night.
I don't think he's finna kill everybody in the house the way he came. They were scared, like, stuff like this ain't never happened.
You said you saw him with a big knife?
Well, and he's just twirling it. Just twirling like it's like a toy knife.
What?
Neighbor Corinne Spry was sitting on her back porch with her son and husband when she saw the homicide suspect going door to door Monday evening around 9 o'clock.
All right, yeah, this was happening on Monday. It's late at night. It's dark, obviously. And then he ends up in a murder rap.
Peeking in their window. And then he leaves from around the front porch and then goes around to the back. What if he was just crazy enough to, I'll just murder this whole family sitting outside?
Spry says the suspect in the clown costume roamed around her East St. Louis neighborhood for about 45 minutes before she saw police show up.
He was up to no good. We're pretty sure that he circled back around in these woods because you could hear like the sticks like breaking.
Illinois State Police say they recovered a body near 76.
Yeah, this is a poor neighborhood. People are saying, what city is this? Probably a crackhead. This is in East St. Louis.
Right. Probably a crackhead that got some hold of the wrong stuff.
It's East St. Louis, Illinois. That's where this went down. It's like in a poor neighborhood. And then I guess they tied him to a murder.
6th and State Streets around 10 o'clock Monday night. Neighbors say the body was laying in the middle of the road in front of this bus stop.
What?
Police have not yet said how the person was killed.
It could have been any of us. You know, what if he wants to go on like a rampage or something? And
I thought you meant the murderer.
Try to murder the whole street. That's also just another thought that came to my head that scares me because I have a child.
The person in this clown costume is now in custody, being identified as a 15-year-old teenager.
Wherever he is, please get him some help, please. Man, because he wasn't in the right state of mind to walk on somebody's porch like that for real. It's just unimaginable.
Palmer says he's just relieved his mom didn't open the front door because she could have become a victim herself.
Some of them live alone, and like my mom, she kind of older, you know what I'm saying?
That's it? They just cut him off there?
She kind of older,
If you have
know what I'm
any
saying?
more information or surveillance video of the suspect, contact Illinois State Police.
So the weird thing is they didn't really say in that report, like, how did this person die? They just said, like, they found a person dead in the road.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Lee Palmer told First Alert 4, this is another news outlet, that his mother was home alone when the person appeared at their front porch. I couldn't believe it. He was dressed in the clown outfit. It was kind of spooky for me.
They also didn't really say how they connected the murder to him. They just said, hey, this kid, 15 years old, dressed as a creepy-ass clown, going around peeking in windows, whispering at Ring doorbell cameras, and then there's a dead body, and we think he's responsible.
Yeah, I mean, this part's key right here. It says, police have not released details about what led to the killing or what brought the teen to the neighborhood.
Right.
So we just know there was like a body found in the road, and they think this kid in the clown suit killed whoever this was. And they're not even saying how or whatever. But the 15-year-old in the clown suit is responsible for this, but the details are pretty sparse so far. We'll give you an update. Follow along with the show to see what happens if we hear anything else about this. But that's crazy. So creepy, right? Like, God almighty, imagine somebody comes up to your front door and you're just watching the Ring doorbell. What's happening here? Oh, okay.
Looking for you.
It reminds me of, like, what was it, 10 years ago, where there were a bunch of people going around in clown costumes trying to scare people.
Yeah. And you might be like, get out of here. I know what you guys are doing, you punks. And you're like, this guy's he really killed somebody.
Can we interview a clown because of something like that?
Probably, yeah, at some point in time. Let us know what you think, what you would do if that happened at your front door, and what, if you have any other details, what happened in this situation. That's very, very freaky, though. Absolutely strange. We'll get your comments, your emails, your dispatches, and all that worked in. And as always, with that story and various other stories, I sort of make a note. I look to see if there is any additional updates, and when there are, we often give them to you. So that's certainly in the cards. Some people have sent over clips. They're like, have you seen this candidate? Because you were talking about the Haley lady and the election that happened yesterday. Haley Stevens and Abdul Al-Sayed. And somebody said, have you seen the Max Miller story? And I hadn't seen too much about this, but this guy's got some claims from his own family, like abuse claims coming in against this Max Miller candidate from his own family. And they're trying to get him to drop out of the election. It feels a lot like
Plattner.
Graham Plattner. Yeah, it feels like the Graham Plattner story. But some of the interviews are a little bit wild. Here's an example. Here's CNN.
Because there is a police report from the suspected child abuse incident in February involving your daughter, and that report details that the child protection team says that your child had a right clavicle fracture and, quote, a bruise that accompanies the injury that appears to be in a handprint and appears to have been inflicted, unquote. Now, your ex-wife stated to police that your child told her in the days leading up to the discovery of the injury, quote, "Daddy, kill you." And your ex-wife also said your child had said, "Daddy angry and Daddy's house is scary." Now, according to your wife...
Bro!
It's not good for him.
I don't know if this is like a divorce gone wrong, but if it's not, and your little kid is like, "Daddy, kill you," "Daddy angry," "Daddy's house is scary," we're just getting started here.
Your daughter articulated these statements to Children and Family Services. So can you explain why your child may have said those things?
Jake, I wish you could talk to my beautiful baby girl. She can't string together sentences like that. She's 2.5 years old. She doesn't have the ability to articulate any of what you just said. That is an entire fabrication of the truth.
This is basically, my daughter is too dumb to have said the things that you're suggesting.
I think a 2-year-old could say those things.
Yeah, like or could say like something that would alert you that something's not right.
Mine doesn't know what kill means, but if he did, he could say it, which is, that's the disturbing part.
If he heard you say you were going to kill your wife, and then he go, "Daddy, kill you," he could easily repeat that.
Sure. Oh, he repeats stuff all the time. Sea-Laid's son Jackson is like, he's like a mockingbird essentially.
He's a parrot.
He's a little parrot. Kids at that age, they're repeating what you say. He's like, "My daughter is too dumb to say any of these things." Then there's another clip of this guy, Max Miller, that I saw that stayed on my radar too. Okay, here we go. This is a pretty crazy claim. Here's the other one. You know what? Should I wait for this one? Do we have to take a break?
Yeah.
I'll work it very quickly. Here, I'll just play this now.
Okay. He knew, and that I knew, we've had personal, private conversations about mental health history. And in his own words, he told me that I could leave his daughter if I wanted to, and he offered her $5 million to go away.
Okay, so the Max Miller guy is saying, actually, her father tried to pay me $5 million to leave his daughter. He's saying that there was like a deal on the table. He's trying to pay him
These
$5
family
million.
reunions must be wild.
This is crazy, man.
And these are private conversations that we've had together. And unfortunately, him and I were very close. But the only thing that ripped us apart, sadly...
Bernie Moreno offered his own daughter $5 million to leave you?
No. Bernie Moreno offered his daughter $5 million to leave him and the family.
What?
Explain that.
Several years ago, Emily was such a problem for the family that Bernie Moreno, as Emily has told me, as well as her siblings, that in an argument, Miss Moreno dislocated Mr. Moreno's finger in an argument and offered her $5 million to leave the family forever. And I want to make something abundantly clear, Rob. I'm a father to a daughter.
Do you have any proof of that, Congressman?
Besides me being there as a witness within the family when we had good times, yeah, I was there, and I can affirm that to be true.
Oh, wait.
This guy's so weird.
Yeah, this is strange. So, hold on. Did he clarify there that the father offered $5 million to his own daughter to leave him and his family?
Yeah, to like basically disown herself.
Yeah. So like the daughter would say like, "Okay, I'll stay here with my new family and I'm never coming back to you, Dad." I thought he was saying that he offered $5 million to him
to leave
the daughter.
That's what I got from the first reading of that.
And then the family said that was totally false and totally made up. I don't know what's going on here, but it is a lot of dramatic stuff. There's something very strange and dramatic happening.
And then the way he answers questions when he's like feet to the fire is just odd.
Yeah.
And guilty.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I was there during good times. So you tell me.
So weird. I've not heard of this guy, Max Miller, though. And there's pressure on him to resign. I don't know if he...
I think he has to resign by today, or he will be on the ticket for that election.
Oh, no. It's almost exactly like the Graham Plattner thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is it's like clock is ticking, candidate bad. Will you stand by them? Here's all the allegations. And these are from his own family, right? These aren't from like some haters and on the left who oppose this guy.
His ex-wife and father-in-law are alleging this.
Yeah, they're the ones who are saying that there was physical abuse and all sorts of other things going on. We never know. I mean, it's just like a he said, she said kind of situation. Here they are, Max Miller and Emily Moreno. This is during better times when they were together, but now things are not going very well.
He's got family annihilator eyes.
Yeah, somebody says those look like booze or maybe amphetamine eyes.
Definitely.
I'm not sure, but something strange is happening there. Something seems a little bit off. You let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or email the show if you want to be anonymous. Tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com.
The father-in-law he was talking about, Senator Bernie Moreno.
Is he really rich or something?
I don't know if, maybe if he's offering up $5 million to get himself out of family drama.
Yeah.
But I believe he was the one in the Fauci trial that was like lobbing F-bombs at him. Like, who the F do you think you are? Yeah.
Really? Wow, man. There's so many skeletons in all these people's closets. Like, just at the moment where I go, first of all, I don't want to run for office. I have no interest in doing that, and it doesn't pay enough money. But if I ever did, I'd be like, I've said so many things on the show that will come back to haunt me. And then I look at these people's lives, and I'm like, they are not any better off than I am.
No.
These people they got so much drama, so much nonsense going on.
Much worse felonies than you.
Yeah, I don't have any felonies. What are you talking about? No, I don't have any felony. Wait, hold on. I don't have any. All right, I'm not even.
You passed all the field sobriety tests.
I did.
He was very good at passing field sobriety tests, y'all.
Because I wasn't drunk. Ish. I wasn't. I wasn't. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Enough of this inquisition. This is nonsense. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, somebody wanted me to fact check an absolutely unbelievable story, and I'll do that. I'll let you know what I think about that when we come back. We got an update on the tax amendment that's in the pipeline. Boston is allowing couples to do the unthinkable. I'll explain, and a whole lot more in this hour alone, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is guaranteed human. We just want proof that you are too. But instead of sending us a finger, please don't send us a finger. Just leave us a talkback using the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Looks like eastbound and westbound lanes are still having trouble getting by on US 192 between US 27 and Avalon Road. People are using Resort Way as an alternate route just to get off 192 there. Move over for police activity. 3 left lanes are still blocked on 408 westbound past Crystal Lake Drive.
Hey, you. The show rolls on behind the scenes. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Let me get Today I Learned ready. Okay, we're good. Folks, if you're on YouTube and you like even a moment of the show, something interesting happens. When it happens, hit that like button on the stream over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Sean Agnes Wasson for mayor of Orlando. Oh, God. I won't have to follow in Dyer's footsteps. God almighty. That's one of those situations where there should just be, literally, there should be people in the streets with torches and signs demanding that this absolutely incapable person gets out even earlier than he plans to from office. He's a terrible mayor. Everybody knows it. I don't think I've talked to many people who have been like, take a swing through downtown. And that Buddy Dyer's he's doing a great job. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've just seen the decimation of business. Dreams of making downtown some sort of cosmopolitan area dashed because places don't want to move their business in there because it's an absolute shit show. Talking about downtown Orlando, if you're wondering. I've seen day after day after day, things get worse. I've seen a Taco Bell cantina, which in case you don't know, is so heavily subsidized by the city of Orlando that Taco Bell's not going to move out of there because they basically just, they have the space for free so that the city of Orlando can brag about the Taco Bell cantina located downtown. They literally, apparently, allegedly, give them so much assistance that it's free for Taco Bell to operate there. That's why they don't go anywhere. Despite having to call 911 from that Taco Bell on virtually every single day of the year. Absolute debauchery and degeneracy in a stretch of downtown that is now a zombie zone. When I moved here to this great city, first it was Church Street, and they plucked all of the businesses out of there. They completely fucked this place up. They completely and totally butchered that area of downtown. And they said, don't worry, Sean. They're just going over to Orange now. This is where they're going. And they're on Pine, and it's just moved over. I said, I don't know if that's the case. And then you watch Orange just turn into nothingness. Just place after place after place after place after place after place after place shuttered because of the policies of these fucking losers. Subsidized Taco Bell bad, subsidized Freedom Gas good? Who are you arguing against? Church Street died, but Orange was popping. Originally, Church Street was popping, and Orange was popping, and Pine was popping, and downtown and around Lake Eola was a successful area of commerce for businesses. But these people had an idea that they didn't want bars involved. They didn't want bars. They wanted people shopping at like Saks Fifth Avenue or whatever. And it was the worst, most disgusting failed strategy ever that has harmed so many small businesses in the process. Can't remember the last time I was downtown at night. Well, this is why. I stay away from downtown. Well, everybody does now. I know 2 or 3 venues that are hanging on Church Street, and I work for one of them. Yeah, but that's what we're down to. That place used to be thriving. It used to be absolutely thriving. It's just incompetence on display. It's this circle of leaders in the city of Orlando who are so incompetent and believe that leading is showing up at a place for a ribbon cutting ceremony or giving a proclamation on behalf of the city or recording the audio that people hear on the monorail at the airport instead of actually fixing shit. And don't even get me started on Buddy Dyer's homeless connections throughout his administration, because the level of failure there is even far beyond anything else. But yeah, you get it. Downtown used to be so fun in the 90s. You'd run into a Magic player on any given weekend. Yeah, why not? Not no mo. Not no mo. That's where we are. I did see this guy who, Courtney would have loved this. This guy showed what it's like to start his new car. I think he had like a Honda or something. He starts his new car up and he showed the amount of time that it takes for his computer to boot up, for him to be able to turn on the air conditioning in his car when it's hot as hell outside. And then he compared it to an old car where you just start the car and turn the knob. Man. Have we improved things? Have we made things better? Probably. It'll get better in the long run. Okay. We're coming back on the show, folks. Keep your pants on.
Radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Viral Newsroom. We're so happy to have you with us. I got to tell you, this next story is quite a weird one, so buckle up, stand by. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. I don't know what's going on at the New York Times, but there was an article that I read. I'll show you this if you're over on the stream on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. But it started off normal enough, I guess. Here it is. It says, I ate it. This is from the New York Times. The most powerful men in America are eating only steak and sauerkraut. Could I? Right? And the subhead, I ate like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for a week. The results were fascinating. This is what they're doing there. They see the manly alpha men in the Trump administration eating steak and sauerkraut. I don't know if I could do that, but that's what they're doing.
What do you mean men? They see a man eating steak and sauerkraut. Trump's not eating steak and sauerkraut.
No. There were rumors that this was like kind of whistling around the halls as the go-to diet for the White House. People were eating steak and sauerkraut, and that somehow like supercharges your system. And then there was one particular paragraph.
Just like keto.
I want to read this one to you. To one of the proponents of this diet. I'm just going to read this. You don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger if this is a little weird.
I've already read some of it, and it's...
or gross, all right? Okay, it goes like this. It says, to Omara, that's one of the proponents of this diet, of eating, what did I say? It's just steak and sauerkraut, right? So just eating steak and sauerkraut. Omara says, the diet is not just temporary means of losing weight, but a way to eat for good. He's been doing it for 10 years, and he credits it with turning his life around. At one point in our conversation, he pulled up the Bristol stool chart.
As one does. I mean, every now and then when you're talking about your health with people, not a doctor by any means, but when you're talking about your health with just people, you pull up the Bristol stool chart so you could point to what yours look like.
And not a bar stool, in case you were wondering.
No.
This is a different kind of stool altogether. It says it ranges from type 1, separate hard pellets, to type 7, watery, no solid pieces. It says, Omara is consistently delivering type 4, smooth, soft like a snake.
Thank God.
With pointed ends, indicative of a healthy rectal function, he told me. And here's the kicker. He said, this is the guy talking about this White House diet. Maybe you want to get on this. You know, the most powerful men in America are eating steak and sauerkraut. Let's do it. He said, when you start eating healthy, you don't need toilet paper. Animals in the wild have no residual stool on their anus.
100% of the time? How would you even know that?
He checked.
He described a proper movement to me as odorless, wipe-free, and over in 3 to 7 seconds, and, quote, nearly orgasmic. Okay? I don't know. I don't know.
You gotta try this. It feels amazing.
3 to 7 seconds. Guys, I've been accused of being on my phone and you know, maybe even taking a little too long in the bathroom. 3 to 7 seconds and nearly orgasmic?
Read the last sentence, because that's the most unhinged.
He finishes up. Remember, if you want this to be you, just switch on over to the steak and sauerkraut diet. He said, I could have a bowel movement behind a sheet at a dinner party in the corner of a room and nobody would know. I don't know that means.
People would know, bro.
No, he's saying it's odorless.
A lot of WTFs in chat. But just so you know, when you start eating healthy, you don't need toilet paper. That's what they're suggesting. You don't need toilet paper. Odorless, wipe-free, over in 3 to 7 seconds, and nearly orgasmic. I
am not a medical doctor.
Wow.
News to us.
Have not personally had that experience. I don't know what type I am from this hard pellets to watery, but I can tell you that I'm not in that world. And I don't think I ever trust that I'll be like to have the level of confidence that you would just use and then go, look, I'm type 1 in it. I do not need toilet paper right now. I'm good to go. No problems.
The funny part for me is like I didn't know that this stool chart existed. I didn't know we were assigning types to them. But now that you've read that, I was like, oh, my kid's been pretty type 1 lately. Just a bunch of little pellets.
Got to get him on the steak and sauerkraut.
You know, with your son, you want him to stay on that as pellety as possible. This is an easier process, I think, in the long run. But there's a whole article about this. The most powerful men in America are eating only steak and sauerkraut. Could I? And go through what this whole situation was like. It's very, very bizarre, but maybe it convinces you. It's called The Living Diet. You eat nothing but the flesh of grass-fed ruminants. Cows, yes, but also bison, elk, and venison. I mean, I like eating all of those things. So that gives me some sort of...
When was the last time you had some venison?
I haven't had venison many times, but I've had it a couple of times.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed it
done right.
for sure.
Yeah,
Because of their
that's the one that could
bacteria.
be gamey.
Yeah, not a New York strip.
They said as many different fermented foods as possible because their bacteria help repopulate your gut, which helps improve your metabolism, leading to weight loss.
I do like fermented foods. I could do steak and kimchi diet.
Wild-caught seafood is cool too, but ruminants are best because they ferment what they eat in their many stomachs, the cows, and so that's why you should do this. Fermented beets, carrots, radishes, and Parmesan yogurt, those kind of things.
Parmesan yogurt?
I know, Parmesan comma yogurt.
Oh.
Seaman. Yeah,
I thought it was a new thing.
Yeah, Parmesan
I would try
comma.
it.
Yeah, it says... So the guy says, I have a refrigerator that has about 20 to 30 ferments, and I got little bits of each one, and I just rub the meat around and all the bacteria. Breakfast is ground beef with a pile of kimchi and a fried egg.
See? Told you.
That's pretty good.
Lunch is in Manhattan. It's a skirt steak from a Spanish restaurant, off menu. And he brought his own kimchi along with him to drag it in, I guess. So this is a whole thing, man. But if you're looking for something new, it's going to change your life, change the way you eat. This could do it.
Wait, scroll up. It says, where does he say his son complained about some sort of beef smoke?
Oh, I did see beef smoke. At home, my son complained about the miasma of beef smoke.
What the hell is miasma?
Coming from my cast iron pan twice a day. But I had total control over what I ate, drank, and didn't. That control is perhaps the primary appeal of this sort of diet. There's no room for compromise. You're like a monk or a prisoner.
So,
Jesus.
Beef smoke to me sounds like it would be a good thing, but miasma means a noxious, foul-smelling vapor rising from decomposing organic matter.
Ew. It's rotten steak.
Listen to the end of this article. It just gets weirder and weirder. Where after he said I could have a bowel movement behind a sheet at a dinner party in the corner of a room and nobody would know, he said, as it happened, I had a dinner party to go to on Friday, the last full day of my diet. I felt good. I was taut and energetic, in control. I had some fresh ideas about this whole Strait of Hormuz situation. Then I had 2 martinis and situated myself at the dinner table. So my guard was down when before me landed a glistening bowl of linguine with clams, a panzanilla salad,
clams,
and a heaping platter. What did I say?
You said clams.
Oh, clams.
Also, panzanilla salad's redundant.
And a heaping platter of roast vegetables and baked bread by the host with butter softened in the July heat. My last 18 meals had been beef and ferments. The scent of the clams was intoxicated. I caved, excuse me.
It was that intoxicating.
It's
caved.
better than a type 4 bowel movement.
I caved within 10 seconds, eating all of it heartily. I barely had room for the main course.
You did the other thing in 10 seconds. That is not good.
What else? Steak. So, yeah, that's it. Steak and sauerkraut. You can hear what it does to you. Are you interested? Let us know if you have an experience with this over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Like I said, it sounded similar to keto in as much as you're not getting a whole lot of carbs from just steak and sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did keto, we called it the steak and stoli diet because it was just all very low carbs and carbless beverages, usually vodka based.
Yes.
What is okay? Really stupid question. Is sauerkraut onions?
Cabbage.
Fermented
cabbage.
What a stupid question.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know about this stuff. So fermented cabbage, and he says like the fermented stuff does something good in your
fermented food is good for your gut, for your gut health.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with any of this. It's very different from what I'm used to, but maybe it's genius.
I mentioned kimchi because kimchi is similar in that it's also fermented. It's just fermented with spicier things. It's not just cabbage all the time, but it's also like a very. I think it's even in the superfood category where they put a lot of kimchi on stuff, and that's why they say the people who eat it like they have good gut health.
Not to be gross, but doesn't that stuff make you gassy? Isn't that sort of the point? Like,
not if you have a balanced gut biome from eating it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I do. Yeah, I mean, I wish I did.
It's like if you have a not so great diet and then you throw in a bunch of sauerkraut. That might make you gassy because it might be taking the other stuff that was in there and turning it into farts. But what Josh was saying is like, if you're constantly eating this all the time and this is your gut health, then it just be your regular thing and there's nothing to turn into the farts.
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned. I stand amazed. There's so many different diets out there.
I'm going to go get my white sheet now, guys. Let's see. Let's test this theory out.
Give it a shot over there. South Bronx Paradise, is that the diet? That's a different diet, I think.
South Bronx Paradise.
Is that from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Talking about the South Beach diet?
No, I think that's from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It is.
I think that's what
Carl goes on. I'm on this new thing, the South Bronx Paradise diet.
That's not what it's called. Steak and kimchi is the diet in question. It's very, very popular amongst RFK and the White House folks. They say it's got them in the best shape of their life.
Do you think President Trump is doing steak and sauerkraut, or do you think he's still doing his McDonald's?
I think he's doing the McDonald's. I think he's not fooling around with this. He's like, oh, you guys have fun with that thing, but I don't think he's screwing around with this. But I would love to hear from you if you've tried this and you are a fan and I'm just missing out. Bring me over to your side. Tell me where I got this wrong because it seems a little gross and a little weird. But I definitely want to know your thoughts. So send them over to us. You can join us and be part of the show with what we call a dispatch. Record yours over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Okay, quick break. When we come back, jury duty. I got the fact check that somebody wanted me to do. I will work that in. Actually, we can force that into jury duty. The thing they're letting people do in Boston, a bunch more is on the way. We are just getting started really here. We shouldn't be just getting started. We're just getting started. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
Live Golf CEO Scott O'Neill says the circuit has gotten funding from an outside vendor that will allow them to keep playing beyond this season. A confirmation from the Falcons today that edge rusher Jalen Walker is a torn ACL and will miss the season. Baseball today, the Braves going for a 7th straight win as they host Miami. The Red Sox also looking for 7 straight as they entertain the White Sox. I'm Frank Aaron.
Run a business and not thinking about rate.
Jury duty coming up in just a moment, folks. Stand by. I think I'll work in this other road rage story. By the way, in food news, while we're talking about it, Chipotle has pulled jalapenos because there's a salmonella outbreak in Minnesota. Minnesota having water problems, salmonella problems. Chipotle, which ironically is a grilled jalapeno itself, I think, right? Isn't that correct? That Chipotle is a jalapeno that's grilled? I believe that's the case. Chipotle said it's pulled jalapenos linked to a salmonella outbreak in Minnesota from its restaurants. It replaced the peppers with product from another grower. There are 110 cases linked to the salmonella outbreak. 84 Minnesotans were interviewed as part of the investigation. Of the 84, 75 were eating at Chipotle. Uh-oh. Bad news. Dried? Is dried jalapeno? Okay. So it doesn't have to be grilled. It's just like if you take a jalapeno and dry it out, now it's a Chipotle. I like some jalapenos, man. This is all happening in Minnesota? Yeah, I know. Minnesota got a lot of stuff going on. Some of it bad. Some of it real bad. Couple of minutes and we're back with jury duty. Don't forget, folks, if you're just joining us, two things. One, on YouTube, hit that like button on the video. And if you're watching afterwards, there's so many people who watch after the stream is over. Like double up the audience watches afterwards. If you're watching afterwards, it's still hugely helpful for you to right now hit the like button on the YouTube video, all right? What's today's stream at? Before I try to get you to get these gorge Starry Night magnets, which you can get by subscribing for a premium account on thenewsjunkie.com. Or if you're already a subscriber, thank you, by the way. Just gift a subscription. How many likes are we at, YouTube? Be honest with me. Hit me straight. I just watched another road rage video. I have to get a dash cam. Is it the one, Abraham, where the guy tries to run the family off the road? Because it's that one's crazy. You guys trying to keep the info from me? Are you gatekeeping? How many likes are there on the stream? 2 minutes and we're back. 116? It's like you don't even like me. It's like you don't. It's like you don't even care about the show. Well, if you don't care about the show, I'm not doing the show. Okay? Why even try? 119? Ooh, 119. Ooh, 119. It's as if you don't even enjoy what's happening here. Hit the like button over on YouTube. Or else. Sad, Sean? Well, yeah, of course. If I reheat my pizza and the jalapenos dry out, does that make them Chipotles? Let me ask a question, and if you get this wrong, I'm banning everybody who gets it wrong. What is superior? Dried or pickled jalapeno? You can only pick one for the rest of your life. Dried jalapenos or pickled jalapenos? You can only pick one for the rest of your life. Choose wisely. The wrong choice will get you banned forever from chat. Dried jalapenos or pickled jalapenos? You only get one for the rest of your life. EJ, you have to choose. There's no fence sitting on this one. Fresh? Banned. Instant permaban, mega permaban. cross-platform instant nuke ban. / ban forever. Coming back now.
Get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit hbnusa.com.
The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is...
I'm glad it was this, the News Junkie, the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thanks for listening on this great station. You can watch the show live or afterwards if you'd like over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. It's easy for you to do. Before we get into jury duty really quickly, Courtney, we were talking about the White House diet that they were all on. Steak and what was it? Sauerkraut. The steak and sauerkraut diet. Courtney always sends me this one that was a crash diet published for women in Vogue in 1977. And it's like how to lose 5 pounds in 3 days. It says breakfast, 1 egg, hard boiled, 1 glass of white wine, black coffee. All right.
Party.
1 glass of wine, black coffee. That's breakfast. Lunch, 2 eggs, hard-boiled is best, but poached if necessary. 2 glasses of white wine, black coffee. Dinner, a 5-ounce steak grilled with black pepper,
5
lemon
ounces?
juice, and the remainder of the white wine. 1 bottle allowed per day, and then black coffee afterwards. It's like they've changed drastically the things that they will recommend to you in these magazines. Now the New York Times is on to steak and coleslaw.
I want to see, man, you cannot remember what this stuff is called.
My brain is fried.
Sauerkraut. Steak and sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut. Got it.
I would wonder if somebody would do a YouTube video just doing that diet for 3 to 5 days.
You can't do that at work. You're saying, well,
sure you can.
Your boss comes over and you're pounding 2 glasses of white wine. You're like, this is what my diet calls for. My doctor has recommended I lose some weight, and the diet says for breakfast, 1 glass of wine, 2 glasses, and the rest of the bottle for dinner. Did not say what size bottle, by the way, which is always a nice little loophole there. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of ways that he can help you out, get you on that journey to the big check. And if you've got an issue, don't feel bad about this. You're doing the right thing, the smart thing by your family. 800-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. Let's go to Winona, Minnesota. That's fun to say.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of stuff is happening in Minnesota these days. Minnesota has a lot of things going on. Police in Winona, Minnesota are stunned after every single one of their flock cameras were destroyed in the middle of the night.
Every one of them?
They said every one of them. This is the local television station.
I'll tell you this. If there was any argument to support that CEO's claim that the DFlock website is a terrorist organization, I'm not calling them Antifa, but I bet you I know how they found every single flock camera in Minnesota.
That's true. That's true. Every single one of their flock cameras destroyed overnight. Thank you, Wanma, for the gifted subscription to thenewsjunkie.com. Here it is.
In Winona, police there say 10 flock cameras around the city have been cut down and stolen.
Oh, straight up, they wow. They sawed the poles. Like, these things are gone.
No, and you know what's crazy about that is we learned last week that the poles are pretty sturdy as far as like you can't crash into them, or if you crash into them, you're going to do some damage to your vehicle potentially because they don't comply with certain Department of Transportation regulations on how breakable something is supposed to be to sort of protect you in the event of a car crash.
Wow, they cut them all down. I mean, there's like a stump left.
Officials say the automated license plate readers were sawed off at their poles in Winona and on the Mississippi River Bridge in Buffalo County. While police departments across the region use the technology to investigate crimes and locate missing persons, civil liberties advocates have raised privacy concerns about the camera's widespread use. Officials tell us an investigation is ongoing.
Yeah, investigation's ongoing, but what cameras are going to use the footage from?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I would hope for the criminals' sake that they disconnected the cameras from those solar panels that are powering them. Because if they did this all overnight and then just put them in the back of a truck somewhere, and then the sun came out and the cameras started broadcasting their location, it's going to lead them right to where those things are.
Well, look, there was 8 of these flock cameras in Winona, Minnesota. It's a small city. There's 8 of them. But someone said, I'm going to go take care of it myself. And they cut down every single one of the town's 8 flock cameras, sawed them off, and took them somewhere. Where? We don't quite know just yet, but we'll see what's happening with that in just a bit. All right. Give us your feedback on that as we get ready to pop in to the Power Hour, the final hour of the show. I'll open up the phone lines in the Power Hour, and we'll see if you get any calls coming our way. We'll get to more of your dispatches. The dad jokes, I guess we'll work those in because there's been so many today. We'll see what you have to say about all of this. Should we do one dad joke real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. They're so bad. They're so bad. Here's Leadfoot Scott.
A real dad joke is only good when it's apparent, of course. Then it makes you groan.
Okay. I'm going to wash that out. With this one here.
A glass of white wine and black coffee.
How do you track Will Smith through the mud? Just follow the Fresh Prince.
You're not helping yourself.
The thing is, you can't win just because the sound effects are funny.
It made it better, but I don't think it got you all the way there. One more. Here's Sinister.
Hey, news junkies. Sinister here. Here's my rate my dad joke. Today, I saw a little person climbing down a prison wall. I thought to myself, dang, that's a little condescending. Haha. Have a great day.
I'm gonna give you the bookmark. I didn't want
that
to.
One's not bad.
That's a little condescending.
How did little condescending make it through, but not a small, medium at large?
Bootsy says technically you laughed at the dad joke from Fresh Prince. All right, I'll bookmark it.
You laughed, but it was because of your sound effects.
Here's Ghostbird with a TTS. I was pulled over by a police officer. He looked at my license and said, "You're supposed to be wearing glasses." I said, "I have contacts." He said he didn't care who I knew. Okay. All right.
I get it.
Probably should cut out after the last one, but we are okay. We got that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else is saying that the spider curse has passed to them. The spider curse magnets are spreading the spider curse for real. I've heard at least 2 or 3 people who have given feedback saying now they're cursed after they got the magnet. We'll get to that a little bit later on. The Power Hour is on the way, and Boston is now allowing people to do the unthinkable. What is it? You're probably not going to guess this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looks like westbound lanes are still having trouble on U.S.
The Power Hour. Here we are. What song makes sense in the context of today's show to end on? My brain is mush today. I'm already upset with you guys for the likes being so low on the stream. Just depressing. So now at least give me a good suggestion for a song to end on that's related to the show. Let's see. Channel, okay, all right. 135, still pathetic, but less pathetic. Did they play Bootsies? Yep, and they laughed so hard. I don't know if I would say that. Father of Mine by Everclear? Everclear. Father of Mine. Okay. All right. ICP for the Clown Killer guy? Okay. All right. Bohemian Rhapsody? I don't know about that. The Distance by Cake? Fresh Prince? Cuts Like a Knife. I don't know about that. Flock of Seagulls, another one bites the dust. Keep working on it. Keep coming at me with the ideas. Is there a steak related song? Stand by. I got this other road rage story when we come back. It's pretty crazy. We'll see where that goes. Just Eat It. Take It to the Limit. It was kind of a morbid show. Well, I mean, what am I supposed to do about that? Bout It by Master P? Okay. Just Any Song by Meatloaf? I need a banger. I need a banger. AC/DC? The news is generally morbid? Yeah, well, very true. Right. Josh, I need a song to end on. It's something like explosively awesome. Something cool. Okay. Mull it over. We're back in 90 seconds, everybody, with the Power Hour. Eat Steak by the Reverend Horton Heat. Boy, that's an old call out. Anyone know the word? What, the keyword? The keyword is bonus or rich. I'm not sure. It's either bonus or rich. All right, we are coming back. Keyword is rich. Rich is the keyword. Figured You Out by Nickelback? I don't even know if I know that one. Nickelback. Nice. All right, we're coming back, folks.
Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Rich. R-I-C-H. That's Rich. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Number 1 Radio.
If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the news.
To the world's most viral newsroom. You can learn more about this show and hang out with us. Let's become friends. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Boston, what are you doing, Boston? The unthinkable happening over there before we kick off the power hour. I've got to, hang on, let me bring this up because they posted this on their official account. The mayor of Boston, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening with her. But the mayor of Boston says, as of now, you could get married to your dog, I guess. You could get married to your pet or along with
This is
your
the
pet.
slippery slope they were talking about with gay marriage.
Yeah. They're calling pet certificates for couples who wed at City Hall. You can bring your dog along with you. Let's see if this is nefarious like it sounds. Here we go.
Power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It is my privilege to pronounce you husband and wife and Bono.
Husband and wife and Bono. Bono's the dog. Husband and wife and then your dog's name.
So it's not one person marrying their dog. They're getting married and the dog is somehow...
with you. Your dog's getting married too. Your dog is coming along.
Now, any couple who gets married in City Hall here in Boston can now request a pet certificate. And we want to thank Bono, Brian, and Mariana for being the first
What does it
family
mean?
to
Is it like a
receive one of
joint
these.
custody
This is
thing?
Bono's.
Oh, here we go. It's a paw of approval. It says, hereby it is affirmed that Bono has been recognized as a true Bostonian. Shoot me in the face. Are you kidding me? A true Bostonian and welcomed as an honored member of the newly united household cherished by the couple. And then it gives the date of their birth. This certificate commemorates their shared commitment to love, nurture, and properly spoil their cherished companion in accordance with the ordinances of the Department of Couples and the long-standing traditions of the Bostonian community. My God.
I don't think this means anything.
I don't either. But they're getting married with their dogs now. That, by the way, don't do this. Just have your wedding without your animal there. You don't need your pet with you. You don't need to bring your animal everywhere. You can love your animal and then not have it with you. Where they go, ladies and gentlemen, the bride and the groom and their dog Fido. Like, that's a weird, kind of strange thing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You married your dog.
Boston.
I don't know what to do with that. Maybe you're that big of a dog lover that you must literally bring your dog into it. Oh, this is not the first time this has happened. Ecuador lets pets serve as witnesses to weddings.
Symbolic, but yes.
Yeah, they got this is them, I guess, over in Ecuador doing something similar. Okay, just signing. Oh, okay. And they paw mark the marriage license with the dog's paw. Now we can include you, as mentioned, all members of the family. Not just our loved ones, but also our pets. Who may be there to give us advice or talk to us. Ew, she's kissing the dog at the wedding.
Yeah, people do that.
You guys, I think we have bonded too much. What, did you kiss your dog at your wedding or something?
No,
Is that
no.
why you're getting
I
defensive
just meant
over
people
this?
kiss their dogs.
No, people kiss their dogs. Yeah, Courtney kisses lady. It's disgusting. I do not support it at all. I've seen what that dog does. She's like, no, you just... And I go, no, I know what's happening here. I've seen this dog eat all sorts of things. Marrying your dog.
Their certificate titled Family Companion Status Record bears
Yeah.
the seal of the City of Boston Department of Cuddles, Office of Scratches and Pets. I thought you said off Department of Couples, and I was like, Department of Couples.
That's what I thought it said. I couldn't really see it.
Department of Cuddles, Office of Scratches and Pets.
Office of Bono of Boston, Department of Cuddles.
Max says, better than all the BS going on here, Boston is becoming very unclean. Maybe this is good news in your world then. All right, here we go. What clip is it going to be? Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
I'm so sorry. I did a bunch of things. I didn't tell nobody about him till now. He got me. I did it. I did all the things.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Sounds serious.
Wow. Yeah.
That guy, he did some things, that guy. Any updates on Fishback? Has he outed that guy for whatever? No, not yet. Not Drum. If you missed the beginning of the show, some guy who's running for governor of Florida has said that he has solid info that his opponent committed a felony. And if his opponent doesn't confess to the felony today, then he's going to do a press conference tomorrow and he's going to air the dirty laundry, which sounds like that trick that you do, or I do, or your dad does, where they go, I know what you did. I just want you to be honest with me. Just tell me right now, be honest with me, and I won't be mad. So we'll see. Maybe we get some drama on this tomorrow.
All the news about James Fishback is all bad for him.
Is it? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Judge orders Fishback to pay his former hedge fund employer $1.3 million. He's accused of stiffing student debate champion of $8,000.
Damn.
Can you give me the story? There was one that I saw yesterday. His opponent was doing an interview on a TV or radio station, and he called in as a fake caller. I saw that one.
Byron Donalds took calls during a Monday appearance on a Jacksonville radio station, including one from an opponent in the Republican gubernatorial primary who gave the call screener a fake name. James Fishback, calling himself Thomas, dialed into WJCT's First Coast Connect to ask how Donalds would hold charter schools accountable in the rare but serious cases when they defraud parents, investors, and taxpayers.
So he pretended to be a caller when his opponent was getting interviewed on a radio station.
It doesn't say if they called him out on it or how they figured it out, though.
All right. This is all we know for now. All right, let's get to this other road rage story because a lot of people have been sending this over as well. You can always send in the stories you want to hear us talk about or discuss on the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. Another road rage story. Let's dive in.
A panicked 911 call after a road rage incident that deputies say sent a family's car spinning off the road in Martin County. Tonight, the suspect is behind bars facing multiple charges.
Oh, this guy.
CBS 12's Internet Delbell joins us live along Southwest 96th Street near Kenner Highway with more. Annie?
He was moving a lot.
Tiffany, this is where everything came to an end with a family's car crashing.
Damn, that's a dark way to start. This is where everything came to an end. The family ran out of their car and was hiding in the bushes from the video I saw. I don't know if they'll put that in this clip. But the road rage was so bad, the family got scared and ditched their car, and the family went into the woods. That's how scared they were of the road rager. They left their car and went into the woods.
Barbed wire fence behind me. You can still see the tire marks in the grass going up to the ditch. Now, the family was heading home to North Carolina after vacationing in Florida, and thankfully no one was hurt. But deputies say the people in those two cars were shaken up by all of this.
Of course.
This is the terrifying 911 call from one of the drivers after deputies say suspect Michael Spires tried to run her off I-95 in Martin County Saturday night. Investigators say the woman was traveling alone while her brother followed behind in a separate car with his wife and young son. The Martin County Sheriff's Office says Spires targeted the sister's car first, then the family's car.
Right, he hit them both up. He targeted one car in their little convoy, and then got to the second one. He was harassing both of these people, and then they got so scared they ditched their car. Here they are.
Deputies say he was throwing objects, brake checking, and repeatedly trying to force the victims off the road. According to the arrest report, the sister lost him by driving the wrong way up an exit ramp.
Oh my God.
But investigators say Spires kept following the family onto Southwest 96th Street near Canner Highway, where he rammed their Toyota Camry, sending it spinning off the road and into a barbed wire fence.
Bro, he pit maneuvered their car. This guy pit maneuvered the vehicle that they were driving around in.
Therefore, the complaint is walking back towards your vehicle. You guys all right?
Body camera video shows deputies finding the family after they ran into...
Here's the family coming out of the woods because they ran into the woods to hide. There's a father and a son. He's holding his hand. Here's the wife over here. She was her nightgown, basically, that she was driving around in. And she gets so scared they went into the woods to hide.
Video shows deputies finding the family after they ran into the brush to hide until help arrived. Deputies say Spires did not know the victims, but believed they were stealing his money.
And this blue car ran into me.
After the crash, investigators say Spires...
I like the cigarette.
He's got a cigarette. He's got no shirt on. He's so intense, this guy. This is wow, next level.
Drugs intense, we're thinking.
It
maybe?
seems like he is on something, but I don't know. SSJ says, road rage, this is not. This is using a car as a deadly weapon. Yeah, I wonder if they can get him for attempted murder or something like that for doing a pit maneuver on a car.
Drove to a nearby Sunoco where he was taken into custody.
Our suspect. Don't know what was in his mind. He acted erratic.
Hold on, my dog, though. Yeah,
the sheriff also says deputies found a stolen dog inside the suspect's car.
Bro, he got a stolen dog, too? He's got a stolen dog.
The dog was returned safely to its owner, who Spires used to date.
Thankfully, our suspect didn't have a gun. It could have ended so much worse.
Wow, what a mess, man. What is wrong with you people? Holy cow.
That dude seems like a not fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah, I agree. That's not a good time right there. And I do agree. That seems like it should be bigger. There should be some kind of significant charge, something more than just road rage, which is not a charge at all, actually. What was he charged with? Happened on Canner Highway. Charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon? Interesting. Okay. Aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and child abuse, because there was a young kid involved in all of this. Deputies say the family had no role in any confrontation before they were targeted. He just went nuts for absolutely no reason as far as
he thought they were stealing his money, Sean.
Yeah, they were stealing my money, trying to steal my dog. He was the one stealing the dog, I guess. Somebody said, can you look into this, Sean? Will you look into this story? Geez, now I don't know if I should play this, because if I do, is it going to be Curse Word City? I don't want to do that. Look into this is the title. Hang on. Here it is. A P says, look into this. And let me click this. Stay by the dump button, Josh, just in case.
Will.
I don't know if this guy's going to say curse words or not, but he's going to tell this story about how I saw the headline going around. It says the U.S. military accidentally killed everyone on a civilian medevac plane in New Mexico. That's pretty damning. The U.S. military accidentally killed everyone on a civilian medevac plane in New Mexico. But what's the truth?
The United States military accidentally killed everybody on board a civilian medevac flight in New Mexico, and not enough people are talking about it. This is one of the craziest stories you'll hear all year.
Not until
Remember when
this
the FAA earlier this year shut down air traffic to El Paso's airport? Well, we're now learning that at the time, the United States military used an experimental GPS jammer. That's according to new bombshell reporting from Wired. And the new reporting from Wired...
You guys going to harp on him, too? He said experimental. Experimental. This is the way I say it. That's the way I say it, and the texting service goes nuts every time.
An incident during the testing of the experimental GPS jammer resulted in a medical plane crashing into the side of a mountain. The medical plane, a twin-engine medevac jet carrying 2 pilots and 2 medical workers, departed from Roswell, New Mexico. And apparently, according to this reporting, the crew became the victim of an electronic warfare exercise being conducted at a nearby missile range. And due to the...
What is with the editing so that you cut out the end of every sentence that you do?
Trying to keep it in the time limit?
Maybe like you edit it so much that you like cut out the end of your own sentences, and that's good.
Combination of low visibility along with air traffic control that was at the time stretched beyond capacity.
Okay, I'll get to this because it doesn't really matter. This is just a guy yapping on YouTube. Here's the story that I saw that is the source of this, and it is Futurism that says it appears the U.S. military accidentally killed everybody on board a civilian medevac flight in New Mexico. That's damning stuff right there. Futurism, you better be right about this. It appears that the U.S. military accidentally killed everybody on board a civilian medevac flight in New Mexico. Here's the deal. Here's what really happened. A military GPS jamming exercise was underway at the time when a medevac airplane lost GPS capability and later struck a mountain, killing all 4 aboard. The jamming was plainly an important part of the sequence.
Plainly.
However, the NTSB has not yet determined the probable cause. They say the military accidentally killed everybody, but what really happened? This was a Beechcraft King Air flight flying from Roswell to Sierra Blanca Airport. It carried 2 pilots and 2 flight nurses and was going to pick up a patient. There was no patient on board at the time. All 4 occupants died when the airplane struck the Capitan Mountains. The U.S. military was conducting scheduled GPS jamming activity in the region. The pilot's briefing included a NOTAM warning that GPS, GBAS, and other things might be unavailable over an enormous area, including their route and altitude. So the pilots were told beforehand, hey, this is dangerous. They're doing some testing, and your GPS may not be available in this area on your route and altitude. The crew reported losing GPS shortly after departure and requested headings from air traffic control. The air traffic control asked the military to stop the jamming. The military stopped doing the jamming, and the pilots said they had the airport in sight and accepted a visual approach. So the pilots were like, okay, we're good to go. All is well. Thank you so much. The aircraft then descended toward the airport in the mountains and ran into a mountain that they did not see in the way. So it doesn't look like the headline pays off. It looks like the military warned the plane beforehand, told them this was on their route. Hey, this is a danger of where you're going because some of the testing that they're doing. The flight decided to go anyways because they wanted to pick somebody up. Then they said, hey, our GPS is being jammed. The military stopped jamming them. They said, okay, we're good now. We can see the airport. We're A-okay. And then they ran into a mountain. So I don't know if it bears out the title. It appears that the U.S. military accidentally killed everybody on board a civilian medevac flight in New Mexico. Seems like a little bit of an oversell to me. Seems misleading to me. I'll identify it as misleading, but you be the judge on your side. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Some of these are so unbelievably bad. But we started the Rate My Blank, Rate My Dad joke, and we have to bring it to the finish line at some point. Here's another one, Mando Pando.
What is the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi? The people of Dubai don't like the Flintstones. The people of Abu Dhabi do.
Wait. Didn't you technically go into Scooby-Doo there?
No, Yabba Dabba Doo.
Oh, Yabba Dabba Doo and Scooby. Okay, Scooby, Ruby, Roo. Those are, somebody ripped somebody off there. Actually,
maybe crazy idea. Hanna-Barbera Studios just had the same thing across 2 shows.
Oh, it's both of them, right? They're both. You're right, Josh. So. Yeah, they're both Hanna-Barbera. All right, here's another one. Sets and reps.
Okay, here's a wee joke for you. Talk about your ongoing police harassment. There I was, minding my own business, sitting on a park bench holding a man's hand. And the police come up and start questioning me. I just look him right in the face and say, how the hell would I know where the rest of the body is? Have a good day, junkies.
I get it. No, I get it because you have the hand. You're holding the guy's hand, and they asked where the rest of the body was. I get it. I understand that.
Usually the accent helps.
Didn't in that case. I don't think. Last one that I'm going to do for now and maybe forever. Here is I got to pick wisely because there's so many of these. Let me go back up here. Nope, not good. Not good. Oh, I told you I'd play this one. The person who got spider cursed.
Got a story for you, Sean.
Yeah.
Got my spider curse magnet yesterday, all happy, put it on my fridge, as it should be. And then I walk into a business today, and just as I walk in there, what comes flying from the ceiling? Spider comes dangling down right in front of my face. So if you like spiders,
I told
get
you.
yourself a spider curse magnet. Just not mine because it's on the fridge.
There you go. Thank you, Seek. God, these are so bad.
Here is a dad joke for you. What is the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
Oh, no.
I know it.
I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face.
So
that got you?
It's the TTS. It's the Casey Kasem voice saying it. And the garbanzo instead of garbanzo.
Now
this
we'll hear
says,
from a listener who writes, Dear Casey. I was
person
exploring
says-
the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean.
Guaranteed winner.
Here it is. The winner for Rate My Dad joke. How do cats like their steak cooked?
No.
I was
not getting
hoping
the bookmark.
that he was correct in saying it was the winner.
No, it was not the winner. That is not. It's last one. Here's some of these are so bad. All right, that one didn't even go through. I'm not going to do it. Here's Ghostbird.
You and an 800-pound gorilla are inside a conference room. Where does the gorilla sit? Wherever the hell it wants.
Okay. You've seen what the entries are so far, folks. We have to do our best with these. We have to do our best. They don't get any better.
That joke. A lady came into the bank and asked to check her balance. So I pushed her.
Okay, that's it. I'm stopping.
I
I'm
laughed,
shutting it down.
a little bit.
So I pushed.
You guys laughed?
The
Unbelievable.
pause
All right.
did it for me.
All right, I bookmarked it. That's why I added
And the
pause.
crickets.
The crickets was a new feature too. Thank you for your entries. That's going to be it for now. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to the sheriff is very angry. I've got a grab bag segment with a bunch of clips to work in. Somebody's been arrested for trying to take out Trump at a golf course again, and a whole bunch more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at...
Hey, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. I want to apologize for how bad these dad jokes are. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, all right? I sent a good one? Wow. I've heard that before. I've been guaranteed that one was going to be the winner recently. Okay, we're all ready for the end. The Power Hour rolls on. It was a big, fat, juicy segment. Size-wise, not content-wise. I feel like the common denominator in people trying to remove Trump at golf courses is that he needs to get a better swing. That's the denominator that's common? That's the denominator? Okay. McDonald's has ousted their CEO, folks. Replacing the American CEO after a lot of their deals have flopped. Known Badger, I saw that one. Frank Squatch says, I'm not going to win, but it's still a funny dad joke. That does not make me enticed to fire that one off. Okay, folks. Has everybody called the election for the Abdul El Sayed guy yet? Is it all like across the board called? Bro barely won, right? Yeah, now I'm seeing CBS. Abdul El Sayed projected to win the Michigan Democratic Senate primary, defeating Haley Stevens. She seemed very wholesome. I thought she seemed like a nice lady. El Sayed is a bit of a manlet. I noticed that. That guy, you just have some rando standing next to him and he'll get completely hype-mogged. But he's the candidate. Can he win in the general? Probably not. We'll see. Stevens congratulated El Sayed on Wednesday morning while offering her support as he prepares to take on Rogers in November. Which is sweet because what's happening now in the Democratic Party, there's a bit of a crack up, very similar to what happened with MAGA Republicans on the right. The people who were more extreme took over the party and completely reinvented it. And they wanted the party to play by this set of rules that they 100% would not play by themselves. That same thing is happening on the other side. Now, Haley loses, and she still says, I'm going to give him my support. I hope he wins. I hope he's number one. But one of the problems that's happening on the left side of the political equation right now is the far left people are like, hey, if our candidates don't win, fuck you, we're not voting for your people in the actual elections. They've openly said they want to destroy the Democratic Party from within many of these people. So the idea that you give time to them is a little crazy to me, but I don't know. There's no easy way out of this. When your party starts skewing radical, the primaries, unfortunately, make that a little worse, I think. But we'll see if he can win. Comrade Abdul won. She's lying. What do you mean she's lying? Dan says good for her. That's what they should do. No, I agree. That's the thing. I agree. I think that they should be respectful about it when you fairly lose. And you should say, okay, well, I wish you the best, and we're on the same team. That kind of thing. I think that's a professional way to handle yourself. The problem is with the fringe people, when their fringe candidates lose, they don't want to support the moderates. You follow what I'm saying? Far left and far right political activists will not support the moderates. They'd rather their absolute ideological enemy win because they think that will be something that can allow them to drag the Overton window more in their direction. The dirtiest dad joke ever, but cleaned up for radio? Yikes. One minute and we're back live on the show. Yeah, CDCL. When you're doing TTS, which will be in the app soon, you select the voice you want from the drop down. Then you type your script in, and you can add in pauses if you want to pause for effect, because that helps out a lot. And then you can add in the sound effects. The only thing I think I might do is there's a little bit of a buffer on either side of the sound effect that I might cut out to make it a little smoother. But I think they're fun. And I think they have potential. Okay, 30 seconds and we're coming back live. Here we go.
Say they're free until they ask for your credit card. iHeartRadio is different. No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Rich. R-I-C-H. That's Rich. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
We'll get to a story that makes a lot of sense to me, but maybe not to you. We'll see. That's coming up in just a moment. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. For those of you in Florida, we have a story about the Amendment 3, which is coming up on the ballot. It's got a lot of people in Florida talking. You might see this in your state soon. But the Florida's Amendment 3, which, just so you know, has to pass with 60% of the vote. That's what we did in our state. We made it so the amendments need 60% of the vote to pass. And the strange thing was the amendment to change it so the amendments need 60% of the vote to pass didn't get 60% of the vote to pass.
Correct.
Awesome. Makes total sense. Well, now a judge in Florida has ruled the ballot language for Florida's Amendment 3, which will knock out non-school property taxes up to $250,000 over the course of 2 years. This is the one that works if people are using their homestead exemption. It expands it for lower value homes, for lower income people, and makes it so your property taxes are a bit lower than they would be otherwise. You got the sheriffs like Grady Judd out there. He's like, it's a train wreck. It's a disaster. You're going to hear this from the sheriffs because the sheriffs are so greedy with our budgets. The sheriffs and the law enforcement budgets have ballooned out of control. The county budgets all across every state in the country have ballooned out of control. And nobody, specifically the sheriffs, they don't want to cut anything. They don't want to cut. It's going to be about like 3% in the county I'm in. 3% that they'll have a reduction in their actual overall income for the quarter. And all they have to do is make that up with some minor cuts, which should be so easy for them to do to save poor people on their property taxes or lower income people on their property taxes. But the judge ruled that the ballot language is misleading and defective, which is kind of funny because the amendment is titled Save Our Homes from Excessive Property Taxes, which they're saying is misleading. And you're like, oh, I get it. I get it. I mean, naming it Save Our Homes from Excessive Property Taxes is probably... You're trying to lead them in a direction, I think.
Well, I heard about this yesterday, and I was like, aren't all of the amendments misleading in some way or form?
Yeah, but the title and the language is supposed to be neutral. I don't know if it always is, but it's supposed to be neutral. And the judge says you have, I think there's like 2 weeks or something that they have. Yeah. And they have to reword it now.
Like 2 weeks from yesterday.
Right. They have to reword the amendment to something that is more neutral.
Or are we not doing amendments in the primary? The primary is 2 weeks from yesterday.
Well, it doesn't matter. The judge said they have 2 weeks to toss this in. So, yeah, the November election is where this comes up. And because they have to get the wording in ahead enough to get all the ballots and stuff right, they only have a couple of weeks to reword it from Save Our Homes from Excessive Property Taxes. Former state senator Jeff Brandes, a plaintiff in one of the 3 lawsuits challenging the wording of the amendment, called it a significant victory. He says, we want language that's fair and accurate and neutral. What the court said here was followed, frankly, in decades of precedent from various previous court rulings and constitutional amendments. In the ruling, the judge says, by substantially reducing the local property tax base, the proposed amendment is likely to decrease the revenues available to local governments to fund core services. The amendment cannot fairly or accurately be described as ensuring funding. Oh, that's okay. That's part of the text too. It's not even just the title. There's more to it that they took issue with. So they have to reword it and make it more neutral. The sheriffs are out there. They're like, we're going to have crime crazy if you cut even a dime. And that's the weird thing that we find ourselves in, where somebody goes, hey, I think the property taxes, which you pay for the rest of your life into oblivion, are unfair. I think we should have a minor reduction in property taxes for your main house only. If you have multiple properties, you can't use this across them. This is only for your house with a homestead exemption. And at first it's like 125 or so, and then it goes up to like 250 max that you can get a reduction on with your property taxes. And then even just that is enough to have all the people who greedily go for our taxpayer dollars to no end, and every year ask for more and more and more and more and more and more. Instead of them going, okay, we'll give you this round, we'll cut back a little bit. No, they're not doing that at all. Instead, they're going to say, they're going to doom and gloom you. They're going to be like, with this, expect murders to spike. We're not going to have enough cops. And it's like, you guys, I've seen the toys that you have, specifically in the world of law enforcement. I think you're doing okay. You know, I've seen the amount of hundreds of millions of dollars per year that I think we could trim just a little bit, right? I think we could trim just a little tiny bit here and there to make it work. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see if they reword that in time. Okay, let's see what we have here for you. I wanted to get to a couple of emails. Somebody was responding to the idea about paintballs and saying the person who came up with that should be president. This is never going to happen. Just so you guys
they'll
know.
never be president.
No, they're never going to be president. And they're never going to allow people to shoot other cars with paintballs to notify law enforcement of bad drivers.
Somebody else responded to that same comment you made and said that was basically one of Gallagher, the comedian's bits, where he had some sort of bit where it was like, you should be able to shoot, I don't know if it was paintballs, but it was like darts at cars. And if the cops see a bunch of darts, they pull you over, and they're like, all right, you seem to be somebody who's not so good at being on the road, seeing as how many darts have been stuck to your car. Well, let's talk here.
Okay. Maybe people are more into this than I anticipated. I don't know. I've mentioned this, so let me pay this off. A man has been arrested, a California dude, who was at a Trump golf course and I guess was kind of plotting and planning to try to take out Trump, another one of these, at another golf course. Let's see what the details were.
Federal authorities arresting an armed California man at Trump National Golf Club in Southern California just 2 days before the president's visit.
2 days.
Ty Howard joins us with the details. Good morning, Ty.
Good morning to all three of you. Here's what we know. 38-year-old Janine John Tilley pleading not guilty yesterday after allegedly monitoring security activities ahead of the president's trip. Police say they spotted him walking.
Bro, this guy does not look like a Janine.
No.
I've never heard of a man named Janine.
It's
Janine.
Like, that's his boy named Sooth story.
Could be, yeah. Just for the record, if you're thinking this is like a trans person or not, and this is like a fully bearded man, not that always separates the two, but this is a dude who wanted to kill Trump.
Out the grounds, taking photos and videos, and after searching his pockets, found a loaded magazine with hollow point bullets.
All right, they got him. They arrested this guy at the Trump National Golf Club just 2 days ahead of Trump's visit there. So we'll see if he's safe when he goes or what happens. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This is the day your life will surely change.
Real Music Weekends, a Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Scatter showers and thunderstorms, the name of the game for the remainder of our Tuesday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Won't be a washout of an evening, but when the rain does fall, it could be torrential, and we could have some frequent lightning and brief gusty wind as well, so travel carefully if you're hitting the roadways. We'll see those storms fade away late in the evening through the early part of the night, with temperatures dipping back into the middle to upper 70s. For our hump day, we see a bit of a pattern shift, getting back into more of an onshore flow from the Atlantic, and that should help shift some of the storms away closer to the I-4 corridor and farther to the west, with highs in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
I gotta tell you, yesterday it was cooled down quite a bit. I almost dipped into the 70s for a little while because of all the storms that have been going over. Here we are today, up to almost 90 degrees at the moment, and that's right at that point when your AC starts struggling a little bit. Can't keep you cool, can't keep you comfortable. You deserve that, though. I mean, you're a hard worker. I want you to have your AC at the temperature that makes you feel the best. And if that's 69, 70, 71 degrees, whatever it is, Mills Air is going to get you there. They are a great company, an honest company. They're not going to take advantage of you. They're not going to rip you off. They're going to treat you right. And that's how they do business. That's why they've been in business for over 34 years. Call Mills Air to get your AC fixed. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Hey, Orlando, why settle for one dealership when you can shop three? Greenway Kia's 3 Central Florida locations give you access to 3 times the inventory. Shop over 1,200 new Kias, all priced clearly online at greenwaykias.com.
All right, folks, thank you for hanging out with us today. Big, fat, juicy show tomorrow. Thanks to KTS for the gifted subscription. Big, fat hog of a show tomorrow. Don't miss it, even for a moment. More young men in the United States are becoming stay-at-home boyfriends and husbands. Guys, how would you feel about that arrangement? Stay-at-home husband, stay-at-home boyfriend. Would you accept? I mean, why wouldn't you, right? I would take that. I love that gig. Why wouldn't you? Woo, we are tight on time on the way out of here, folks. I tell you what, I'll just share this with you. A couple is under investigation after being caught having sex on an IKEA showroom bed in front of stunned shoppers. Who told? A raunchy couple filmed getting amorous on an IKEA showroom display bed in the middle of the IKEA store, sparking fury and raising the prospect of public indecency charges. They were caressing and kissing first, and then they went fully into it in front of families and shoppers. The woman, her low-cut top and exposed waist left little to the imagination. They dumped their shoes on the display next to the bed, and they started going at it. They were testing the bed, what could be true. could be true. God bless you all. May you have a great day. May you enjoy yourself. Get the remainder of these gorgeous magnets. Starry Night, available, the latest Game of Magnets entry. If you are a subscriber, you can gift subs to get yours. If you are not, you can simply subscribe and claim that as your gift. Those will be sent out in the next couple of weeks here. Okay. God bless you. I love you, YouTube. I love you, Twitch. I love you, TNJ chat. And we'll see you tomorrow, all right? Stay gold.
Money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio. Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Teachers make a difference each and every day. Now's your chance to say thanks. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who goes above and beyond for students. They could be one of our $5,000 winners for classroom supplies and resources. Teachers give so much. Now it's our turn to give back. Nominate a teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
The cut and Today Learn have all been booted from today. Well, save for the last one. We'll do that before we get the hell out of here because we are short on time. So let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Not going to learn much.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
I blame C-Learned. Today I Learned for a Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. Today I learned the members of this band.
Don't get
Sum 41. That's right, Sum 41. The members of Sum 41 started out in rival bands in high school. They joked that they met while attending a Hole concert in 1996. They were originally named Caspier.
They didn't leave halfway through?
And then they changed their name to Sum 41. And they became big stars. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next